Hello and welcome to the Snyder-Collin Podcast, presented by FPP Broadcasting. This week's episode is brought to you by Colin Goody not being present for this podcast. We are surprisingly happy about it. Start the show?
President. Oh, man. Yeah. As you can see what I'm on today, just like we on every other day, go get it. Get to the bag music, Cool kid trap music type shit, I'm a rare individual, cut off your hand if it's killing you. You gotta stand on your tippy don't take. I got cool like I'm Pootie. She give me tank, then I sleep on her booty. Bought me a house, turn that bitch to a
Yes?
Dude,
What?
just look at. Okay, I want to read this. Let me read this real quick.
Okay, you can read it.
Oh, go ahead.
Paddington 2, the description given by Google. Settled in with the Brown family, Paddington the bear is a popular member of the community who spreads joy and marmalade wherever he goes.
What?
Marmalade? It's like jelly. Yeah. So this is a must-see movie of 2018. Or it might have been already released, actually.
I think it is. I mean, either way, if it's already 2017
Yeah.
too. Isn't
Shout
that
out
crazy? Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, it's already 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, so
Yeah, whatever. It
Yeah.
is.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Shut up,
Damn
David. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the Snyder-Collin Podcast. I am your host, Jacob Snyder. With me, not as always, is my co-hosts today, Dav, Honestly Dav,
That's
and
me.
Zeke Joiner.
Hello, everyone.
Introduce yourselves beyond what I just said.
Yep. I'm honestly Dav.
Okay.
Strong introduction.
Yes, very.
I'm Zeke, making second appearance.
Yeah, it is.
Always.
Oh, this is a third appearance for me.
Yeah, you both are regulars on the show at this point.
Yeah. Always honored. Always happy to be on the pod.
We're always happy to have you. Unfortunately today, the circumstances are dire because Colin is sick, and he's not getting better.
Oh no.
Just kidding. He's presumably going to make a full recovery from whatever this flu bug is that he has. But today he's not feeling good enough to be on the show, so he's here in spirit only, not
I will
physically.
admit, I do miss Colin.
I
What
miss
if-
him too.
What
Quite
if
a
Colin
presence.
what if a hand just jutted out from the innards of my bed and he just cut his way out of my bed and just appeared and
He was
like,
never actually sick.
Yeah.
But you were just keeping him there. What a twist that would be.
it would be a twist. But I wouldn't know. I'd be like, oh my god, I've been literally sleeping on Colin this entire time. These last couple of days. He's been starving himself.
He's just covered in sweat too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It is. It gets
Someone-
steamy in the pod room.
Hello? Someone knock on the door?
You're going to want to keep this in. This is good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't.
I
don't
really
edit
thought
this
somebody
out.
knocked on the door.
I
It
didn't
may be
hear
the
anything.
rattling of my
Eerie.
cording. I'm going to bump this
Could
up
be.
a little bit even. Just right there.
Is it this? It is
I
that.
think it's that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We can just
Give it a little
yeah.
slack.
Is this the chair that?
Yeah.
Is this the chair that Colin always sits in?
Yeah.
Dude, how does he not just do this the whole time?
I think
This is
Colin just sits still.
If I'm not mistaken, I feel like Colin has great posture.
Colin probably.
Yeah. As we fix our posture.
He's probably just
He does have great posture.
Mm.
He talks. I'm always down here and just find myself here.
I have a slouch. Yeah. I'm just
Everybody else has a slouch. Colin doesn't have a
just
slouch for some reason. Yeah.
this. Like, oh, hello there. I'm Colin. But are you ready for your on-air shout-out, Jacob?
Yeah. Zeke told me before the show started that he has a shout out to give me, and for whatever, I don't know what it is. So we'll see about it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. So, I will read sometimes. I'll read a book and then just get super into it and be like, "You guys got to read this book. It's so awesome." And so that happened to me with the graphic novel My Friend Dahmer.
Okay.
Like you mentioned
wow.
on an earlier podcast, and I was like, "You guys got to read this. You guys got to read this." And I gave it to you, and you actually read it. and gave it back like swiftly. So shout out to Jacob for reading the book I suggested, because I've done that to where I suggest a book to someone and then they don't read it, and it's horribly disappointing.
Well, like, also there is I remember that too, because like you let me borrow the book, and then I remember reading it and being like, all right, well, I'm done reading it, I should return it now, because that's what you do with things you borrow. And then like, but for some reason, whatever, people have issues doing that with books, especially. I'm probably guilty of it too. I actually know for a fact I am. I have a Game of Thrones, the first Game of Thrones book, sitting right there on my bookshelf, and I borrowed it from a tutor, and I never gave it back to him, and like we never like talked about like getting it back, and like I've tried to text him, and he's ghosted me.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Maybe he
which is-
doesn't want it back.
Maybe
It's
not.
cursed.
Maybe it's
It's
cursed.
Oh shit.
Is the book cursed?
I
But,
think
like,
curses are so funny.
It's such a funny idea.
I know. To be cursed. Like, who gets cursed nowadays? That's such an old thing.
And then like people think that like if you have a curse on you or like a demon or something, like you know what's gonna help? Presumably a foreign priest yelling at it.
Yeah. Oh, they're always from Italy.
Yeah, they are.
More
Yeah.
specifically, Rome. Like, we called in a specialist from Rome. He's coming here, and he has a kit. He's
Yeah.
always got a kit. There's some holy water, a small Bible. He's wearing robes. He's always wearing robes.
Imagine him getting off the plane and being like, "Oh my god, I forgot the holy
He'd be
water."
like, oh my
And he goes
God.
to like an airplane, like or like an airport,
like a Brookstone.
like yeah. And then he goes to like a vending machine that you would find, and just gets like a bottle of Dasani, and like just you've seen him like pouring it out, like pouring it into the holy water thing, and it's just like, okay,
He's like, all right,
we're
here we
good.
go.
We're good. Yep. All right, that's good enough. Yep. There we go. All right.
He could totally pass that off too. Like, no one would question him. Like,
No
you can't
one would.
question a priest.
No.
Especially one from Italy.
No,
He's
like,
the real deal.
what if like the father in this family is just like drinks this holy water? He's like, this is definitely Dasani.
This is definitely
Like,
Dasani
this is-
because of the distinctive
man.
taste of Dasani.
Wouldn't that be so great in like a deadpan, like very serious horror movie for there to be a scene of like the holy water being brought in, and the dad just like drinks it and goes, "Is this Dasani?"
And the priest is like,
And like
No.
give a pause for like the priest and the dad for like a second to be like, "This is definitely Dasani." Like, oh god, he figured it out. Fuck. And then it just goes back to being The Conjuring 2. And you're like, oh wow, that was a weird. Like, yeah, I like the movie a lot, but there was that really out of place scene of the Dasani question mark scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then James Wan is just like, it added an air of atmosphere to the film.
Yeah.
And reality.
It was
Because
really
that's-
important.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
You know what I noticed about bringing up my friend Dahmer is that Alex Wolff is in that movie?
Yeah.
Former Naked Brothers band
Oh
member.
my god, brother of
Oh.
Nat Wolff, star of Death Note, a film.
Yes.
Death Note, a film
a
is the
something.
subtitle.
A something. And who would have thought, that like those two could have like not been typecasted as like those kids?
Yeah,
And, like-
instead they're one of them's in presumably a good movie, and the other one is in Death Note.
Yeah.
Death Note, a white movie.
Wait, they look the exact
white
same.
movie?
Did they really?
Yeah, they look so similar.
I didn't know if Nat Wolff looked that similar to his brother.
Yeah, they are a similar looking too.
Well, good for them. They're both presumably good-looking guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nat Wolff is a horrible actor. He was terrible in Death Note. Death Note 2017.
It's just
The
so,
movie.
It's so hard
Death
to
Note,
do.
a
like that.
movie.
A
Yeah,
movie.
It's a movie, yeah. Have you guys ever seen Death Note, the show?
I have the anime I watched.
Okay, well,
but
that's
not
the show, yeah.
Yeah, not
yeah,
the
yeah.
live action.
No.
And I liked it a lot.
I mean, Death Note, the anime is just Death Note, but
Yeah.
Death Note, the Netflix movie, is Death Note a movie? Question mark? Is it a movie? It's a
think-
cultural
Maybe
experience.
I'll look it up because I think it might actually be a show.
I don't think it's a. No, I watched it. I've
Did you
watched
really?
the film, yeah.
Oh wow,
It's the worst thing.
Oh.
old.
It's so bad. It's so terrible.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing how bad it is.
That one guy, actually,
Willem
it's-
Dafoe is
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
as
he's in
Keith,
Rhea-
Keith Stanfield is in it. He plays L. That guy's actually a really good actor.
Oh,
but he was,
Lakeith Steinfeld.
yeah,
He's fantastic. He's in Atlanta.
He's
and
dude, I love
Oh.
Atlanta so much. It's
He's
like
also-
my favorite television
It's
show.
so good. He's also in Get Out.
Yeah, he is. He plays
Yeah.
that guy that in the opening scene gets like captured.
Yeah,
He's
he's
wears
a
a hat. later. In the
He's a good character actor, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure.
I've said that before, but he's really good. He's a good
And
character.
you need those to make a movie.
You do.
Character actors.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys want to make a movie?
dude, let's make a movie.
I'd be so down.
So Zeke, I've been writing this thing called Sunscreen Sobriety. It's a show. It's a show that, all right, I'll explain the name first. So like Garen Ferguson, friend of the show and a frequent guest, basically
Whether
it's
it
like
be
you guys.
formal or informal,
Yeah, just in
him
the back of
in the
the room.
background, like shouting opinions, and
Yes.
they're always funny.
Yeah.
They're always so outlandish and awesome. Because you're like, yeah, that was a great thing, and then Garen's like, yeah, I think it sucked. And then you're like, all right, why? And then he provides like legitimate points, and you're like, all right, well, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, but like the noise gate that we put on the podcast sort of cuts him out a lot too. It's like you only hear like half of what he's saying. It's very muffled.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so like one time my family was at the beach and Garen was with us. This is a while ago.
Mm.
And my dad was like, remember boys, there are two things in life. The two worst things in life are very preventable. Sunburns and hangovers. And Garen, I guess, took that super to heart or something. And like recently he was like, dude, I want to make a shirt that says sunscreen and sobriety on it. And I was like, that's a genius
That is
shirt
a genius idea.
You know what's a more genius idea? Making a show.
A show
with that
called
title.
that. Yeah.
And so like there's just so we were all chilling the other night, just just the boys, just hanging,
course.
having a good
Mhm.
time. Butt stuff? Like
Question mark?
yeah, but like, it was Garen, me, Collin, and Dav, and we were all just hanging out. And so I was listening to their conversation, and it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It was a terrible conversation in every way, shape, and form. And so I just started transcribing it basically. I was like, this could be amazing. Like if I just wrote this down. And so like basically it's just our conversations, but like filmed and put in different settings. And
Oh my
like
gosh.
and it's amazing. Like and
I want to see. I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to
like
read.
there's God, I just capture Garen so well because like Garen says just really stupid things while on his phone.
Mhm.
Like he's just like constantly distracted, and then he just looks up and goes like, he just says something random. Like he goes, "Yo, you guys will never believe who told me about jacking off." And then like, that's
You're like,
a real
well,
thing he
who?
said.
Yeah,
That's
that is.
a real thing he said. And then he was like, and then I was like, it was me. And then he's like, it was Jacob. And then he's out of the conversation immediately after. And like, he out of nowhere just says things. Like someone will just say, okay, well,
Do you want to do like a live reading of this?
I might,
We could
yeah.
just
I'd
do,
be
like, an
so
excerpt.
down.
Yeah. All right.
All right. This is reading number 1 of Sunscreen and Sobriety.
How do we do this? Because
Season
like, it's
1,
on my computer.
episode 1.
Uh,
You could just like
orient
put it in the
this
middle?
way. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I will
Zeke,
play Collin.
You'll play Collin, and I will play Jacob and Garen. No, I'll play Garen because I'm not really in this scene very much. All right.
Also, I would like to mention that the font nail hit on the head
Thank you.
for how people write screenplays. All right, let's go.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll start it off. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's much better. That's much better.
So we're gonna start with the car.
Yes. It's a line that I wrote.
All right.
All right.
I will begin. And then there was something about Rose, which was basically just ratchet chicks getting plowed all the time.
oh man.
I mean, I still busted it out like 100 times though.
Relatable.
What are we drinking later? Yings.
Honestly, Yings?
Obviously.
Clearly.
Totally.
For sure. Hey, Garen, I'm not sure if I like you because your skin color is different than mine.
You need to read the parenthetical right there.
Oh, yeah. All right, Garen. Garen, on his phone, not noticing.
Woke.
Are we going to the beach?
Yeah.
Wait. Are we?
Yeah.
Why did I not know this?
IDK.
Fuck you.
I love that you said that.
Hey, thanks, man. Sorry, I had headphones on. What are we doing?
We're going to the beach.
All right. You're an idiot. Okay. Wow, I'm having a conversation. That's
Do
really
we, have,
existential.
do we have sunscreen? Let it be known to the listener that Jacob is playing like 3 characters, so he's like having a conversation with himself where I playing Collin, and then David will occasionally chime in.
Basically, yeah. Oh my god, why did I choose these 2 characters that say a lot of things?
They say a lot of things
Jesus
to one another,
Yeah.
mind you.
No.
Alright.
Okay, oh yeah,
Alright, do we have sunscreen?
Nah.
we need like SPF 60 or some shit.
Garen, did you just DM me on Instagram? Yeah. Thanks. Do you guys know how to screenshot on a laptop? God.
It's like a direction that you would see on like a user manual. It's like Control plus. I don't even know what that is.
Print screen.
Print screen.
Control plus print screen.
How would you even say that in a conversation?
So this is such a bad. It's like such bad writing, but then you realize this is real conversation. Like,
Yeah, I know.
all of this was actually said, like in this way.
You're like,
Like-
I'm not even writing. I'm recording. Like I'm just
Basically, yeah.
taking down what was said.
Essentially, yeah. Like Garen just. God. Yeah, Garen just going, you guys will never believe he told me about jacking off, is a 100% real thing. He just butt into the conversation that we were already having, not about jacking off.
I love how it says Jacob on the computer. It was me, and then Garrett says it was Jacob.
No way.
And in unison, Colin did
it.
it. No way. It was a hit. I was hooked, dude. This is hilarious.
Colin saying this, it's kind of crazy. When I was young, I had way too much access to pornography. And, like, that's the least crazy thing anybody's
like-
ever said.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, you did. Like, yep.
Yeah.
We also know
Pretty
you.
much.
Like, we're aware of what you had too much
He
access
said,
to,
yeah,
Colin.
like DVDs and mags. I love that. It was 2006.
Garen saying that's disgusting, you swine, is also a very Garen thing to say. Anyway, that's episode 1 of Sunscreen and Sobriety.
Yeah, I mean,
A very brief
give it
excerpt.
up, guys. We just had our first table read. Sunscreen.
Playing different characters than who we are.
3
yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Colin's not here. I'm not even in the screenplay. I'm just like playing Colin. Jacob's playing 4 characters.
I'll write you in, but like it's hard to do with you because like you're so funny that like you say things
Thank
that
you.
should be written,
Yeah.
and then like, but like with Colin, like our basic conversations are just like so weird and like dry and just like out of place
It's
and like
awesome.
strange.
I personally really like dry humor, and when you and Colin get in a combo, it's like, I mean, it's the Gobi in terms of dry comedy. Like, it's awesome. I love it. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in like a great way. It is
my
just
God.
it is dry.
It's the Gobi.
That's a desert.
Golby.
Goldie? Oh shit.
That's a Colin, and I don't know that reference. I probably shouldn't be making that reference.
Yeah, you're not
What is
allowed
that
to. I'm just kidding. I'm not either.
I would also
It's
like to
fine.
mention that this podcast is awesome so far. We're just having a good time.
This is the dumbest fucking thing. We're 20 minutes in. This is great.
Yeah,
we're doing
time.
great so
We're doing
far.
good. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
what do you boys say we riff a topic? Let's get something going.
Yeah,
here.
let's get something going.
Get some hot takes.
I love that we say that we have hot takes, and then like they ended up not really being that hot. Like,
Dude, the amount of times where I'm like, guys, I have such a hot take on this movie or book or TV show, and then they're like, yeah, that's a good point. I'm like, ah, well, I expect them to be like, what? No, that's outrageous.
I mean, like in order for a hot take to be truly hot, like it has to be a bad opinion, but then you just back it up with like facts that are somewhat like legitimate.
an opinion that's so outlandish that it's just like,
It's just like I commend you
Like,
for having
what?
it. Like, yeah, like good on you for owning that opinion, but like it's a terrible opinion.
but I hate you.
Yeah, it's like me saying like, guys, hot take: Citizen Kane is the worst fucking movie of all time, and then you're both like, it's not like at all the worst movie of all time. Like it's, you can think it's not a good movie, but like legit thinking that The Room is better than Citizen Kane in
I mean,
any way, shape, or form is.
You could be like,
tough.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that Zombievers is better than a car. What's that movie called? Where it's like a streetcar named Desire.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, I think
Dude, it's a
Zombievers
classic.
is better than a streetcar named Desire. And you're like, well, I can't really, I can't even
You can't
say
even
anything
back
to
that up. Yeah, like there's no way to defend that point because like, well, we were in the Starbucks Sponsored by Starbucks. And yeah. And we were talking about The Last Jedi, and Zeke had some opinions about The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I do.
We'll talk about him. It's fine. Since Colin's not here, Collin doesn't have to chime in the pod and just constantly go, it was fine. That's how Collin says things. I love him. I love him to death, but that's how he says it. And then, like, he doesn't want to have the conversation anymore, so he's just like, it was fine. He's just like, can we talk about The Shape of Water more?
Can we talk about Guillermo Del Toro? Which is, I mean, I'm so down because I actually, I love The Shape of Water. Jacob is not too big on it. Me and Collin saw very eye to eye.
I like it. I think it's fine. Like, I think it's a fine film. Is it the best film that Guillermo Del Toro has done since Pan's Labyrinth? Probably. But, like, has he made that? Like, he made Pacific Rim, Crimson Peak.
Yeah, Crimson Peak was pretty good, apparently. I never saw it.
I didn't see it. I heard it was bad.
Really?
I heard it was pretty good.
But it was scary, which is, I guess, what he was going for, but who knows? I mean, I bet the critics probably tore it up, but who knows?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston.
What?
Yeah, that's what his name is, right? Tom Hiddleston, the man who plays Loki. The man behind Loki and Amazon Prime series The Night Manager. I watched an episode of it.
Shout out to the Night Manager.
Yeah, it was pretty weird and obscure, and I was like, I don't know, this is for me. So, anyway, he was in it, I think. He might not actually be in that movie. Wait, I don't know. I think that long description is all for nothing, probably, because he's probably not.
I think it might be Michael Fassbender. Actually, I think you're right. I think it's you know what?
It's the Tommy boy.
It's the Tommy boy. Absolutely.
Good guy. That Tommy.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Oh man, damn.
Too soon.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. You were right. Jacob
immediately negates that.
You were right.
Was I right?
Yeah.
Wow, I know film so much.
You are a master.
Wow.
Also, I would like to bring up a topic real quick.
Please.
Do it.
So there was a somewhat infamous web series for a long time called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and it recently made the switch to Netflix.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. And so I was a very avid watcher. I watched it since like the first episode. I've always loved it. Love Jerry Seinfeld. And I'm a big stand-up fan, and it's basically him talking to stand-ups about stand-up.
Yeah.
But when they were their own website, they organized it in like season 1, season 2, season 3. And now they've organized it in the weirdest way ever. So they the seasons go like this. It goes first cup, light and sweet, just made a fresh pot, and then late night espresso. And I'm like, well, where's all of my favorite episodes that I've loved and known for a long time? They're like, oh, well, I guess it's something light and sweet, but, you know, I wonder what's in late night espresso. That one seems a little, oh yeah, Bill Maher, Bill Burr. 2 Bills. That was so dumb.
It's hilarious how profound that was to us. Like we were both like, "Whoa, that is cool."
2 bills.
Listed 2 bills. Yeah,
I was impressed.
You know the $2 bill.
I own one of those.
I have several.
I don't think. God,
I have several.
What a weird dick measuring contest that just turned into.
I have a $50, like owning weird forms of American currency.
I have the one with this Sacagawea on it. So you know
the gold dollar.
Yeah, the gold dollar.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I once used that at Fun Station because I had no money, and looking back, I regret that. I regret that a lot. Yeah, wish I had kept that. But it's fine. Actually, I got some tokens.
Oh shit!
Oh wow,
dude.
Yeah. I actually went to Did you go to Project Graduation after graduation?
No, I didn't.
Is there a story behind it, or did you just not want to go?
No, I shouldn't get into it.
Really?
I shouldn't.
Okay, well,
yeah,
we'll save that for the late eps of the Snyder-Collin podcast.
The extras,
the extra clips. But
for sure, you have to be a patron to do that. You have to donate money to hear that story.
Oh my god.
Was that when everyone went to Project Graduation?
Yeah.
At the end, they do like a raffle where you could get like big prizes. Like some kid got like an Apple Watch, another kid got like a TV, someone got like a laptop, like a nice laptop. I was like, dang, this is awesome. But Garrett Mathis, friend of the pod,
Yeah,
Question mark?
he is a friend of the pod.
Friend of
yeah.
the pod? All right,
He's
cool.
a good guy. You haven't met him, but he's a really good guy.
Yeah, really cool guy.
I would for
Shreds
sure.
on the electric guitar.
I would let him tear me apart anally, like 100%. Yeah, like absolutely.
Well, following that description,
Yes.
he they had this. So they have bowls where you could put your raffle tickets in and potentially like win the prize or whatever. And he put all the tickets that he was administered in the bowl that like was an $150 gift card to Fun Station. And of course he won because like maybe one other person had put in a ticket, and so they just went into a bowl full of like his name tickets, and we're like, Garrett Mathis obviously won, and so. But he was like, yes, dude, like, we're all going to go to Fun Station. We're going to have the time of our lives. And we went, and it was literally one of the best nights of my life. It was so fun. I know. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No, that's a weird plot twist, because the way you set it up, you were setting it up for some hardcore failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nope. It was great. It was awesome. They really treated us well. Games were fun. Laser tag was awesome. Go-karts were, probably the best part. And we even played putt-putt. We really got our money's worth there.
Alex actually is from California, as many of our listeners know.
Shout out to Alex.
Don't know if you guys know this. She's actually the manager of our Facebook page now, officially.
Oh, nice.
That's badass.
Yeah, I'm so lazy, and I don't want to post on it. And she was like, I guess I'll post on it for you. So I was like, all right, you're an admin now. Do whatever you want. Don't think she's made a post yet. But that's fine. Doesn't matter. But she is like used to really hardcore, like sick putt-putt places. So I took her there.
I bet, dude.
Yeah, I took her there, and I was like, yeah, it's good putt-putt, right? I was there when I was 6. Everything when you're 6 is great.
It's amazing.
Obviously, it translates well to adult life. And it was not all it was cracked up to be, turns out. Yeah, so it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah. We went in like thinking like having low expectations, because we're like, well, it's Fun Station. Like, we've had some good times, we've had some bad times. Who knows? We'll go in with an open mind, and they really outdid themselves. The whole 9 yards. Really, we got pizza. There was like a complimentary pitcher of soda involved. It was a wonderful time.
That's amazing. Actually, that's great.
It was such a good time.
This makes me want to go to Fun Station.
Yeah, honestly, if you go in with an open mind and just expect nothing, they're like, we have something, and you're like, all right, here we go.
Do you have any fun? Do you have any Fun Station memories?
Fun station memories. Oh shit.
Wow.
I just remember going there all the time in elementary school and like birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those are so much fun.
So fun.
You get to sit up in that little like rafter area.
Yes,
There was
I
cake
remember.
and pizza.
Cake and pizza is such a
You're just
classic.
like, and then you got to play one of the games, like bumper boats when that was still there.
So fun.
Do you remember those?
Crazy. Such a hazard.
I do. It was such a hazard. Wow, that's crazy. That was the thing.
They're like, get in these boats.
Bumper boats were probably my favorite part, and it's very heartbreaking that they took them away.
It is heartbreaking because that was so fun.
Yeah, they were just like, you know what's better than bumper boats? Literal cement. So we're just gonna cement over this.
A parking lot.
Yep. It's there, but then they have like a sign that's like new attraction coming, and I'm like, what is it gonna be?
That's been there for a while.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
never coming. What if they just decide they're like, you know what? Let's make it awesome. I would love that. I would
redo
donate.
bumper boats.
Yeah, I would donate.
But this time you can go down a waterfall.
That would be so sick. And such a hazard, but awesome.
A worse hazard.
They're like, yeah, we took it down because of liabilities, but then we decided to just go for it.
Man, let's pump it full of liabilities. Literally just have the best time.
Ooh.
I have a bit of a topic here.
Okay,
go for it.
Jacob and Dave.
Honestly, Dave needs to be another character.
Dave.
Oh my god.
Black Mirror. How do we feel?
Oh, dude, I love Black Miller. Black Miller Light.
Miller.
Sponsored by Miller Lite.
Yeah, it's their dark brew.
Yeah.
It's shit.
It's a stout.
Yep. Boy. I love it, but I haven't seen the new season.
Really, I haven't seen the new season either. But I was watching some of it last night, and I have to be honest, it was awesome.
You know what my
it
favorite?
was so good.
Have you ever seen any Black Mirror?
I've seen a couple episodes.
What episodes have you seen?
I saw the one with Pig.
Yes,
that's
very
that's
infamous.
That's the worst episode. That's the worst.
It really
the
makes
worst
me
episode.
cringe. I can recognize how good a television it is, but it literally, I'm like, oh, I don't want this to happen. And then like, dude, they did it so well though.
They did. It was very well done.
Because they have this whole like build up, and they're like, oh my god, the Prime Minister of England's gonna like actually like have sex with a pig, and then they all like go to pubs, and they're like, yeah, like this is gonna be crazy, and then like it actually happens, and everyone's like, Man, this is disturbing. Like, this is horrible. Like, you can see the faces of the people in the pub.
Well,
Just,
the faces of the sane people. There are also people who are like, you can't turn this off. Like, you don't turn this off. Like, it's just like disgusting.
Yeah,
like,
it's the
really
most
is,
disgusting thing
yeah.
ever.
And then like the part at the end
Oh, the
where
twist.
yeah, the twist is that like he already had let her go before.
Yeah, he had released her
yeah.
before he did it.
Right, yeah.
And they were like, we really shouldn't let him know that
Yeah,
because
like,
he just
don't tell him
fucked
that.
this pig. Like,
I like how it's so funny to me how like they woke him up and they're like, we have a situation. He's like, all right, what's going on? They're like, okay, you're gonna need to fuck a pig. And he's like, are you guys, you're trolling me, right? Like, what's going on here, guys? What are you doing? And then they're like, no, it's serious. And they show him the video, and he's like, you don't actually expect me to do this, right? And they're like, someone's gonna die if you don't. And they're like, kind of like of nobility. They're like, she's like a duchess or something like that.
yeah.
And, and then he's like, am I gonna have to do this? And they're like, we think so. It's the worst thing ever. He's like, well, here we go.
And then they're like, we're gonna CGI your face onto a porn star, and then that'll work. And then like they bring in this
They bring in that dude.
Yeah, and he's like, so like, who do I have to fuck? And
Like,
as any porn star would say, walking in order, so who do I have to fuck? Or like, turns out it's a pig, and he's like, all right, I'm on board.
They're like, well, what's the pay? And they're like, it's pretty legit. And he's like, well, all right. And they bring in that one CGI guy, and they're like, well, can you do this? And he's like, oh, yeah, probably. How long do I have? They're like, well, you have to do it in like 3 hours. And he like laughs in their face and then leaves. And they're like, oh, okay, well,
call
like
Spielberg, get him in here.
They're like, yeah, the prime minister is gonna fuck a pig. He's gonna do it. And then he does, and it's so horrible.
It is. It's really awful, and like,
But it's good television.
It is good television. I don't think it fits with the rest of the series as a whole.
Yeah, it was really
It's like
dark. I mean, the
one
rest of
and
the series is
done.
pretty dark too. But
It is, but like it's mostly like about like technology and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. While there is technology in that episode, it's more like they pitched it as like, here's a bunch of fucked up things.
Mhm.
What
And-
also made me like excited about Black Mirror is that I was like, I need to go back and watch The Twilight Zone.
Ooh,
And so I did, and I watched a few episodes of it, and I was like, this is slept on. Like, this might be the next big, like, you gotta watch this on Netflix thing. So, you heard it here first. The Twilight Zone.
Is the Twilight Zone on Netflix?
Yeah, everything.
Oh shit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's awesome. And
That's
it's just
awesome.
like, it's like bite-sized episodes. They're like 25 minutes. Really great. And it's
You know that they're redoing the Twilight Zone, right?
Really?
Wait, what?
Yeah, and
I did not know that.
That
Yeah.
might make you have a frowny face
Oh.
until you realize who the showrunner is.
Who is it?
It's Jordan Peele.
Oh my god. It's gonna be so good.
It could actually be great.
But then again, what if it's... I think it's
terrible.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome, but I'm gonna be so sad if it sucks.
that would blow.
Yeah, that would really suck for everyone involved. But dude, have you guys seen any Twilight Zone? Any memorable
I've seen
eps?
kind of like the famous ones, or at least like I've heard of them. Like
What
the
are the-
one,
What are
like
the famous ones?
Nightmare at, what is it, like horror or terror at like 37
Yeah,
feet or
yeah.
something.
The guy on the plane.
Yeah.
And
And
he
it
sees the
turns out
monster
it's
on the
real
wing.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually believe that's man, who the fuck is it? It's
William Shatner.
Yeah, it's William Shatner.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was about to say Captain Kirk, but not.
Yeah,
not
it was
Chris
Captain
Pine,
Kirk
yeah.
in character. He wore the Star Trek. They were like, he's like, where am I?
This is
it
so
kinda
weird.
Klingon?
Is that a monster?
Yeah, it was it was the Shat. Worst nickname ever, but that's a really great
Yeah, it was
episode.
Priceline Zone.
There's I'm gonna get into some Twilight Zone spoilers here.
Okay.
There's one episode that's really great. I'll describe it to the listeners so that they
Please.
might listen or watch the
This
Twilight
podcast
Zone.
actually has a lot of descriptions of Twilight Zone episodes. I'm now realizing it.
Really?
Colin has described quite a few to me on this show.
Maybe you'll recognize it then.
I probably will.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
So it starts off with this character and he wears these huge glasses and he's like the classic like bookworm. Like he's always reading, like at his job, he's reading a book like under the desk. His supervisor's like, stop like reading, you're not paying attention to your work. And I was like, as a person in 2017 watching this, and it was like what, 50s or like the 60s or something like that, that was like their phone.
Pretty much.
Like
yeah.
now, like someone gets on their phone at work and they get in trouble, but like he was reading books. Either way, always reading books. He gets home and he's like, yes, I finally get to read. And then his wife's like, you're always reading those books. Like, you need to come out to dinner with me and like hang out with other people and like socialize. And he's like, oh man, like I wish I could just read. And then so one day, he goes to work, he's reading, he takes his lunch break in, like, a vault, because he works at a bank, like a big, like, huge steel door, like, vault. And so he's eating his sandwich, apple, whatever, reading a book inside this vault, and he shuts the door so no one can bother him. And he's like, oh, yes, this is, like, my favorite place on earth. And then the room starts to, like, rumble, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? It, like, shakes and shakes. And then he's like, oh, and he, like, passes out, and he, like, wakes up, and he's like, whoa, what happened? And he walks outside the door, and everything's, like, in wreckage. And there's been, like, a nuclear, like, attack, and everything around him is, like, destroyed and, like, decrepit. And he's like, what? This is crazy. Like, everyone I knew is, like, dead. Like, he, like, goes around and, like, looks at places that he had gone, like, just yesterday, and they were, like, completely fine, and there's people in them. And so he's walking around, and he finds, like, a gun, and he's, like, crying, and he's like, this sucks so bad, like, I'm just gonna, like, kill myself. So then he puts the gun up to his head, and, like, as he's turning, he sees, like, these big letters, and it's, like, public library. And he's like, what? Hell yeah. And so he walks into the public library, and he, like, salvages all these books, and he's like, yes, like, he's like, I'll read these books in May, I'll read these books in March, these in January, February, like, all the months. And you're like, yes, this guy gets to read forever. This is, like, everything he could ever want. So then he sits down to read the first book, but he, like, drops it, and then he bends down to get it, and his glasses fall off of his face and break.
Oh, Jesus.
And then the episode, he's like, it's not fair, and he starts, like, weeping, and then the episode ends.
My God.
Yeah.
That one is dark.
That's
amazing.
That's some television right there. You're like, oh, wow, this guy gets to do what he loves. And then you're like, oh, he's in hell. He's in actual hell. Yeah. So, watch The Twilight Zone.
How would he have eaten, though?
That's one thing that they were just like, we don't need to touch on that. It's
Fair enough,
1955.
yeah. I guess I can suspend my disbelief there.
Yeah.
He's in the Twilight Zone. He doesn't need to eat.
Yeah.
He doesn't need
There's some crazy
sustenance.
episodes to that show. Like, really awesome episodes.
I know that the one where, like, Colin described it to me, we've already talked about it on the show, but I'll retread it, because why not? You know,
Yeah.
who cares?
You know.
It's my show. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Snyder.
Especially
Collin.
with... Yeah, it's my name is first. Mostly because if my name wasn't first and Colin's was first, it would sound like a guy.
It would sound like a dude's name.
Yeah. So,
Just
like,
oh,
yeah.
Collin-Snyder. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, the good old guy. And it's just me and Colin. Like, an amalgamation of the two of us.
I would like to mention, I
Yeah.
love the new picture for the pod.
Oh,
I think
thanks.
it's awesome. I
Thank
think it's
you.
really cool.
This man took it.
Yeah, good job, man.
The
I think
artist.
it's really great.
Yeah,
I think
the
you guys
artist
outdid
behind
yourself.
it. Yeah,
I think
thanks,
I captured both of their
Personalities.
Personalities,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I love
Yeah.
it. And you're wearing the athletics hat, I believe, in the picture.
I am,
I
yeah.
love that hat.
Thanks,
the,
man.
the contrast of the forest green and the yellow. All right, either way, I will get off the D of the podcast real quick.
That's so
Let you
funny.
tell this story.
That's so fun. I actually really do like the cover photo, though.
Yeah.
Like, I do. You did capture our essences.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
We're both, like, just staring down. Like, it's kind of like we're looking at a body.
Yeah, it does look like
Yeah.
that. And you're like, oh man, we're
I
gonna
like-
have to do something with it.
It's actually in canon in the Snyder-Collin. We're actually looking at the dead body of the amalgamation of the two. We're looking at the
You're looking
dead
at
body of
Collin-Snyder?
Collin-Snyder. Yeah.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's some lore, behind the scenes lore.
Yeah.
Snyder-Collin
It's
Podcast.
wild, yeah. It's deep lore. It's intense.
Some lore you don't want to know about.
No, you don't. You have to read the novels for this.
How did he die? You have to read the books.
Anyway, the one where the Twilight Zone episode where I guess like the one guy in the neighborhood has like a bomb shelter or something, and like the whole neighborhood's like, oh, like a bomb's coming. We need to get in the bomb shelter because they're like, hey, a bomb's coming. Kind of like the Hawaii thing this last week. You hear about?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, geez, we'll get
Whoa.
off topic for a sec. You guys haven't heard about this?
No, I heard about it, yeah.
I didn't hear about
All
it.
right, I heard about it on
It's
Twitter.
nuts.
It's fucking insane.
Really?
Yeah. So like one morning I woke up and Hawaii was like trending. I was like, why is Hawaii trending? And so I looked and like 9 minutes ago in real time, like at the time, 9 minutes prior, a message on Hawaiian people's
Mhm.
phones said ballistic missile incoming, like seek immediate shelter, dude, it's, and like their TVs were like,
Did it happen?
there's a ballistic missile incoming. No, it didn't happen. You would have heard about that.
Was it a troll?
Yeah, that would have been.
It wasn't a troll.
Major.
They were running like a drill, and it's also in the alert. It said this is not a drill. They were running a drill,
Wow.
not a drill. Like they were running like some tests or whatever, and an employee accidentally hit the wrong thing, and sent an alert to every like Hawaiian person's smartphone that said like basically like ballistic
You're
missile
gonna
is
die.
incoming. Yeah, like, yeah, and like it took 38 minutes for an alert to go out that said, "Hey, that was not true."
Just kidding.
Oh my god.
So like for like almost 40 minutes, the people of Hawaii thought that they were like all going to be like vaporized.
Like, oh, it's all over.
It's the end, man.
And then they were like, dude, that's the best day. Because you're like, oh, existence as I know it is over. And then you're like, it's not
over. Yep.
I get to like eat dinner tonight and stuff. It's going to be lit.
Yeah. But like there are two sides of the coin, and I'll describe both.
Okay.
So like there's one side that's like people had to like text and call their loved ones and be like, "Hey,
I think it's over.
I'm going to die." Like, and like probably you are too soon. So like love you. And then like there's another side of it that like Twitter immediately took it and like they started making memes.
They started making memes almost instantly.
So like the Steelers,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like the Steelers getting basically blown out by Jacksonville like,
Yeah.
earlier in the day, like the first half. The second half, obviously, like,
It was
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
game.
it was a
That
great
was a
game.
really good game.
Both games were
Yeah,
fantastic.
no, they were great.
all day long. Good
Solid
football,
Saints. Yeah, okay.
absolutely. But like, so I love that you were like, all right, we have to move on.
Yeah, we got to talk about these memes, these Hawaii memes.
Yeah, like, but like someone like an emergency alert, like they photoshopped it. And it was like,
Yeah.
LOL, the Steelers. Like that's what the emergency alert was. And I'm like, wow, I bet someone's offended by this.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
But like I told you, Dav, and I saw a tweet a while ago that was like, Twitter is basically you and like a couple friends laughing about something, and then someone else butting in and going, "You shouldn't be laughing about that. That is offensive."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like now.
I didn't make that up, but like I saw that tweet. I can't remember who it's from, otherwise I gave credit. But like it's a fantastic tweet.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
It's absolutely what Twitter is.
so true.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
it's a little bit saddening.
It is because like
I want
people
to laugh
get
with my
so
buddies.
upset. Yeah, like people. Twitter is a very liberal place.
Oh, yeah.
and like not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not here to state my political
Agenda.
agenda
Right,
at all.
yeah.
But like, and I'm not saying I'm not liberal either. Like I'm very liberal in very many ways.
Ooh.
Not all, but very many.
This is quickly becoming Alex Jones. Just being like, I'm a red-blooded American. I eat steak every day. Have you guys seen those clips of his show?
Dude, have you heard him explaining the Star Wars prequels? It is something.
What?
That is a
He's
odd
just
creative choice.
He's just like basically your Osama bin Laden type character, like
Okay,
like
all
like
right.
Palpatine. He's over there. He's getting a terrorist to go and bomb like the UN or the Trade Federation. Like it's so weird.
Oh my god.
And but like he describes it in such a way where I'm like, huh. I kind of want to see Alex Jones's version of the prequels. You know what I mean? Like I sort of wanted him to direct these
Yeah.
things. Because they would be so weird.
They would be
But-
interesting, to say the least.
In your face.
Part of me thinks Alex Jones is just like a troll. Like he cannot be real. Like there's no way he's real. He's playing a character. He has just trolled all of these really like
Yeah, oh yeah.
His InfoWars is his thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it, or is it?
No, yeah.
Is that
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Shapiro?
No,
No. I don't know.
Ben,
Is it
Ben
just-
Shapiro is just slightly more sane. I think Ben Shapiro is a total asshole.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
he's the worst.
He
he makes good
the thing
points.
is that he's like the worst because he's like he's no filter. Like he'll say whatever he wants, but
Yeah.
then you're like, oh shit, he's making really good points.
He does. He makes good points, but like I don't hate his political
Mhm.
opinions. Truly, like some of them, I'm like, I disagree with you. But like you disagree with everybody at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm not a Ben Shapiro fan, and I'm not a Ben Shapiro fan. You know, like I just think he's a guy.
Yeah.
So, but I hate his opinion on these new Star Wars movies. It comes from a very entitled place, where I'm like, he's like, the Force Awakens was terrible because they killed Han Solo for no reason, and I'm like, no, there was a reason.
There's
The
definitely a
reason
reason.
is called Harrison Ford hates
Hates
Star Wars.
and doesn't want to be in it anymore.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
want to be in it anymore, and the one thing they wanted to do for a while, and that he wanted them to do, was kill him, and that was the only way he would have been in it. So that's why they killed
That's
Harrison Ford.
They're like, so he's like, yeah, I won't be in the movie unless you do that. So that's a pretty legitimate reason for him to die.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also it made sense narratively.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
character development of Kylo Ren is pretty clearly going to become like a serious factor.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I just feel like his opinions on the new trilogy of Star Wars films comes from a very entitled place, and I don't enjoy listening to him talk about it. I saw him. It was during that time when like the Last Jedi backlash was really big, and like, you know, everybody was coming out with their opinion on it, and it was just like, why are you stating your opinion in such an angry fashion? Like, it's a movie, you know, like it's not
fun.
real. Yeah, like it's
fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, like it's a movie for kids at the end of the day. Like it's
right.
I mean, this new one may or may not be, but like, you know, it's pretty dark.
Anyone?
Yeah, there's some stuff going on. Oh gosh,
can I just say, like, I hate that everybody is talking about how Disney these new movies are. The new movie is probably the darkest Star Wars movie.
It's
like,
up there.
It could be. And like Rogue One, pretty dark.
So
Yeah,
dark.
That was
both made by Disney, and like Rogue One is too much. It's too dark.
When you and I were touching on this at Starbucks before the pod, but I don't watch the ending to that movie anymore. It makes me too sad.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes
a
me sad.
sad movie. They all die.
And then Darth
Yeah.
Vader
Spoiler.
goes slasher.
Yeah,
That's
just
dark.
murders
He cuts
everybody.
a guy in half.
Yeah. And then like
In
the
the
rebels,
movie?
the rebels are just like, oh god, like we're all doomed in this hallway, like we all get to die. And
They're
then
literally like, oh god, and then it's like, oh, this is dark.
and then like they hand the data tapes over, and they're like, all right, well, like, you know, get him, someone will save us, and then they die, and then they're like, and then Luke Skywalker's over there like, can I like go to the Tashi station and pick up some power converters, or like what?
Yeah, he's like,
It's just such a whiny prick. It doesn't work with.
I do love Rogue One though. Dark ending, but I like the film.
I'm not a big fan of it, but you know,
it was
whatever.
all right.
I've thought about it. The more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, is this really like, was this really worth like everybody freaking out over it?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like, you know, I think it's fine. I do admire the decision to go different.
Yeah,
to make a
I
different
also
film.
do really like the choice of I'm blanking on his name, actor
Diego Luna.
Yes.
Yes.
To not drop his accent.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was big for people of Mexican lineage, as well as basically anyone who has an accent is like, hell yeah, that guy kept his accent. That's a great call. My mom like watched Rogue One, and she's from Mexico, and was like, hell yeah, that's so sick.
It is cool. I love Diego Luna. Also.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's in a film I haven't actually seen, but I know of. It's called Book of Life.
That sounds so familiar.
Alex really loves it, and like I've heard him, he sings in the movie, and I've heard the track because she plays it. She has it in her iTunes library, I think.
Is it good?
Oh, dude,
Yes.
Oh,
The movie itself, I don't know if it's really good. I've heard great things, but the song, man, he's got a great voice.
This is just Coco. I just
This is
realized
Coco.
they
Yep.
just did. Coco was like, let's do that again.
And
No,
then let's make sure it's very profound.
okay. And then now Coco's like, everyone loves Coco.
Everyone does love Coco.
I heard it's good too.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the Coco, as they say. Kill me.
You guys remember what I said about the Gobi? This is it. Welcome. The sands of the Gobi. I'm just messing with you, man.
Jesus. You know what? Fuck you.
Whoa.
I was like a sunscreen and sobriety.
Yeah.
Line.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that you said
that. I love that. I want to see that come to fruition. Sunscreen
We're
sobriety.
trying to do it.
Are
You know,
we?
The thing
You want to
is,
film it
yeah,
right now? No.
I have to, as long as I have to play the characters that I assign myself.
You must play every character.
Very
It's a one-man
mistakenly.
show now. It has quickly become a one-man show.
Great.
Jacob's magnum opus. Is that what you say?
Yeah, I think so. The thing is,
Oh,
I have so many things. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no. I know
have
exactly
so much.
what you mean.
and like, I know you do because like you're dealing with like. Dav has a YouTube channel that he posts to a lot,
sweet.
and like, yeah, it's great, and like he makes some seriously
thanks.
good, fucking hilarious content. But like, I have like the music shit that we're working on.
Yeah.
I have like FPP in general, like as a brand that like we're trying to push, and then like I have like Sunscreen and Sobriety. I have the podcast that I do like a day of the week. I have the vlog that we have 2 episodes of a vlog filmed, and we don't have an intro, so I don't want to post them yet. But like,
I wanna see 'em.
They're really funny. But like,
Yeah,
Colin
can I
has
see 'em
one,
too?
I have the other. Yeah, we can watch it. We meant to watch those, and then we just got distracted and didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
That happens a lot.
That is a good
Yeah.
feeling though sometimes, because if you're getting distracted, then that means you're probably having fun.
That's true, and we did have a great time. I should have invited you. I'm sorry that I didn't. the other night, but we'll all hang out soon.
I'm really sad right now.
Okay, just don't do anything drastic.
I think I'm gonna do something drastic.
Okay, do it.
The Shape of Water's the worst movie of the year. Hated it. Get Out sucks. The Book of Life and Coco are the best movies ever made. And that's it. Also, I looked it up, and Guillermo Del Toro was a producer on The Book of Life.
Really?
So it's now Colin's favorite movie. I'm sorry, Collin. I'm sorry. Low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry, my friend. I miss you, and that was mean. But it had to be done.
Whoa.
That was good stuff. That's well done.
That was pretty crazy.
I loved that a lot. Man, you know, now that I think about it, I hate the Book of Life.
It sucks. I need to watch that and then Coco and then just see like how little the difference is.
You know, it's amazing to me how good of an impression of Guillermo Del Toro Collin has. It's
Really?
fantastic.
That's awesome.
I think I've seen it, yeah.
He's just like, oh, I love my films.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah.
I love my monsters. I don't know. I'm not doing this right, but like that's basically how he sounds, kind of.
Yeah.
And like, Collin has the three amigos of of directing film, which are Alfonso Cuarón, what's his name, Iñárritu.
Iñárritu.
You know what I'm talking about.
Iñárritu. I think
That's the guy who directed Birdman, and Guillermo Del Toro.
Also,
all,
of
like,
course, they're called the Three Amigos.
Yeah, it's
Of course
it's
that's
a
the thing.
Mexican. It's a play on their Mexican
Of course.
descent. Yes.
Someone, in a way that just makes me sad because they're like, wait, they're all
They're all
of
Mexican.
Latino descent. The Three Amigos, and they're like, oh god, we're making art here.
We're making some art.
But
Like-
yeah, that's
Like
still
one of those guys is like, yeah, I made Gravity. Yeah, well, I made
dude. This
Birdman.
guy directed The Revenant.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
That
the
is
man.
the most accents I've ever seen in a movie, or not in a movie, in a name ever. But I respect that.
Yeah, he
Did they hang out, the three of them?
I hope so.
I could only hope so. Yeah.
Kind of like how the three of us hang out, you know?
Yeah.
They meet for a
we're-
podcast every now and again.
Alfonso Cuarón. Dude, I bet they do hang out. They're all from Mexico. Alfonso Cuarón and Alejandro Iñárritu are both from Mexico City. So I bet they hang out and talk about life.
I bet, yeah.
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 And then, like,
And Guillermo was like, I'm from Guadalajara.
is he?
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, yeah, he's from Tijuana.
Dude, this picture is so... For those listening, you can't see this picture, but it is Alejandro Iñárritu holding a bunch of Oscars.
That's very dope.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that is a very fuck you, I'm great at directing picture,
Yeah.
which I admire in a sense, and also think is funny because he was like, I only hope that he received all of those in one night, because otherwise that means he brought former ones and was like, yeah, what's up, guys?
Oh my god, that'd be great too.
That would be awesome.
No, I hope that's what he did. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that video of when Leonardo DiCaprio got his first Oscar?
His only one?
Yeah, his only, first and only so far. They were like doing the engraving process, and he was like, "Oh, like, do you do this every year?" And she was like, "Yeah." Like, she like had some response. And he was like, I wouldn't know. And it was like, yeah, it was awesome.
Oh
That's
my
great.
God.
I mean, would you say that he's had like multiple Oscar-worthy performances?
Yeah, and I would go so far as to say that The Revenant is they just gave it to him to give it to him.
They just gave it to him because they're like, wait, he doesn't have one yet.
Yeah.
What do you think is his most Oscar-worthy performance, in your opinion? To the both of you.
The Wolf of Wall Street?
Really?
Yeah. I think he's fantastic in that movie, actually.
I think
he's much better in that movie than he is in The Revenant, and I get that he ate raw meat. Fine. Like, fine. You know, I could eat raw meat. I could eat raw meat tomorrow and hand me the Oscar, you know?
Yeah.
I could eat raw meat on this podcast and I would win a Grammy. I
You'd win-
assume they have a podcast section.
If you did
for
it on
Grammys.
stage, you'd win a Tony. They'd give you a Tony for eating raw meat on stage.
As long as Matthew Broderick is next to me, anything is possible on stage. He's a Tony Award winning
Apparently,
actor.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Is that the title of the movie?
Yeah.
was like great. I don't know. I've never seen it. Have you seen it?
No. I heard
I
it's
haven't seen
basically
it.
Benjamin
Wow.
Button, but not. Which is...
These are, I feel like all three of us have seen probably a sickening amount of content in our lifetimes, and none of us have ever seen that movie. Isn't that kind of weird?
Somehow we always avoided What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Apparently that was Oscar worthy, and he was like 14 or something in that movie. He was super young.
He's great in The Titanic, dude.
Yeah, he is. I think
he's fantastic in Departed.
Dude, yeah, The Departed.
Yeah.
I
Is
like
that the one you choose?
I was thinking.
He's
for a
great in
moment.
fucking Shutter Island. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great in Shutter
That's
Island.
such a
I
good
honestly
movie.
liked him in The Great Gatsby. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but
It's not really a hot take. I like The Great Gatsby. I think that The Great Gatsby is very unique.
he kind of just plays himself, though.
You know, that's true, but he is compelling.
He's
know,
very compelling.
I think
Yeah.
that The Great Gatsby prepared him in a lot of ways for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
In terms of like how to master charisma
Not
and
only
like
that, but
translate
how
it
to
to screen.
like emanate. Definitely. Also, I cut you off, but I shouldn't have because that was so true. Yes. Number one. Number two, he like, I guess maybe not learned how to, but like mastered how to like emanate, how do you say that? Wealth.
Ooh,
Like
that's
he
a good
just
point.
emanates wealth in both because he's just like, I'm so rich,
That's
but he
a
doesn't
good-
have to
and
say
numb.
it. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, and I like it in The Great Gatsby probably more than I do.
Yeah,
in-
because it's
in
more
Wolf
like
of Wall Street.
refined. Because in the Wolf of
Yeah.
Wall Street, he's like
Just
so
a
off the
total
walls,
prick,
doing
yeah.
drugs and like all of this sort of.
What about in Django?
Oh God, he is in that.
Forgot about that. What a
Jeez.
good point. He's great.
Was he
in
even
that.
nominated for anything in that? Like
Probably
best supporting
not.
or
I
anything?
don't think so. But like
She
what you
could've
guys are saying
snagged the
about the
best
wealth,
supporting.
like he really like
Yeah,
shows
that's
it in
like a
that one,
different,
too.
like darker side of like wealth,
Yeah.
where he's like owning people, and I thought like he did a great job of like
owning
grossing me out. Like I was like, I don't like this character at all, and you're not supposed to if
Right.
I'm
No.
receiving that correctly.
I mean, no.
You
Tarantino
can?
makes you receive it in the way that you're supposed to. You received it correctly.
He's like, I just like making
I
gory
just,
movies.
I just like making film. I love film.
And there, dude, I actually watched that interview with that lady who was like, "Why are you making these terrible movies? They're bad for kids."
It's just like, cause they're
He's like,
fun.
"'Cause it's fun to do
Yeah.
it. It's fun to do it. That's why."
Oh my god.
Dude, it's amazing. You
He
need to watch
sounds
that
crazy.
interview. He is crazy.
He's a
just-
crazy guy, but in a
he
good
is-
way.
Yeah, and then he's like, if I ever get to the point where I'm too old to make film, like, stop me. Like,
That's actually a great impression
Yeah.
because I was looking at him while you were doing that, and I was like, "Yeah, I buy it."
Colin's is like even better. Mine is kind of an impression of Colin doing it, so like it's
like a
Colin's
hand-me-down.
impression is fantastic. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's like what?
A hand me down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a hand-me-down impression. Sometimes it's easier to do an impression of somebody when you've seen somebody else do an impression.
Yeah.
Because then
Mm.
you see the traits that maybe you weren't seeing at first. Like it's like
You can like copy it for your
One of the
Yeah.
funnest impressions to do, like I don't know how people do it, but like I guess one of the funnest impressions to watch people do is Christoph Waltz, because he's so like unique and like weird. And
Christoph Waltz or Christopher Walken.
No, Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
Christopher Walken also is hilarious
That one's good,
because
too.
he's
Yeah.
literally himself in every movie he's ever been in, and he has like I actually want to look this up. He has a ridiculous amount of appearances in films, like it's crazy. And in everyone, he's Christopher Walken. That's the he's just him.
That's the thing. You see this watch? I've shoved it up my ass.
Shoved it up my ass. And your
Do you know that's
father.
from? Do you know that's
No,
from?
no.
Yeah, that's from
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. He's in the
Oh,
opening
shit.
scenes of
Oh,
that. He's in 45 plus movies. Every one he plays
Whoa.
himself.
Yeah, he's the same actor.
He's like,
Remember
God.
the
Christopher
stage
Walken.
production of like Peter Pan, and he played Captain Hook, but he's
Dude.
basically just Christopher Walken with a hook
He's
for a
in
hand.
Kangaroo
Yeah.
Jack.
Oh my God,
He's in
he is.
Kangaroo Jack.
I don't remember. Does he play Kangaroo Jack?
What if he was the kangaroo? That would be so sick.
Oh my god.
He just makes the
I
kangaroo
mean, there's
noises.
just so many. I mean, like
Wow.
he's in
Is that
Ants.
Owen Wilson?
That was a mix.
Wow. Wow.
This candle. He says
Oh
something.
wow.
He's in Click. I forget he's in Click. He's like the ominous character.
Yeah, he's the
Beyond
Bed Bath
section.
and Beyond
He's in
employee.
Wedding
Yeah.
Crashers.
Isn't that so weird that takes place in like a Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yeah, I kind of forget about that.
An Adam
When I
Sandler
think
movie
about
that wasn't
Click,
that
which
bad.
isn't often.
You know what? Adam Sandler has some movies that aren't terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing recent, because like all of the recent productions have been terrible.
Yeah.
Except for like, wasn't he in like The Cobbler?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
wasn't
like
that
his
good?
own project, I think.
Yeah, and like he was decent in that.
Also,
I guess.
this is the best picture of this guy ever, because he no matter what
Ben
looks
Kingsley?
like this. He
Dude,
always looks
it's
like this.
so true.
He's always saying something so matter-of-factly. He's like, we need to get the book. And he looks like that when he says it. We need to get this book.
Remember when he played Gandhi?
Wait, he did brown face?
Yeah, dude, he played Gandhi
That
and like
is
won an
not
Oscar.
okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, yeah, I'll pull that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive he won
No,
an
he
Oscar
did,
for
look.
that.
There's him as Gandhi.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
he
he's
kinda-
amazing in the role.
Dude, I
Oh
need to
my
watch
God.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You could never pull that off now.
Oh, you couldn't do that.
No.
No, you get in trouble. Someone would be like, why wouldn't you cast just a random Indian guy? And you're like, because he might not know how to act.
Yeah. He's not as good.
Yeah, and they were like, you can train it. And they're like, yeah, can you?
Can you?
You can train it.
Dude.
I meant like train the act.
no,
Yeah.
I know.
Not like, you can train it, pointing at like the Indian man. You can train it. Like
Dude,
it's an it.
I love John
Not like
Favreau.
John Favreau.
Yeah. I need to watch Chef. Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Dude. You know how like typically to become like an actor and actress you need to be like incredibly attractive? And like
Yes.
yeah. Steve Buscemi was like, fuck that. He's like, fuck that. I look like this and I'm gonna be a star.
Oh
and he
my God.
did it. Look at him.
Dude, he's so gross.
He looks like
looking.
Rango. He looks like Rango. And he's like, I'm gonna be in every movie. And he was. Isn't he in Peaky Blinders? Or not Peaky Blinders. What's it called? Twin Peaks. Is he in Twin Peaks?
He might be in Twin Peaks. I don't know.
Colin
I
would
haven't-
know.
Colin
Where's
would know
Colin?
that.
Need him.
Colin.
Colin would be like, actually, he's in the novel. And then you'd be like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, he is
It's
a.
just Steve Buscemi.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Boardwalk Empire.
Maybe you are. I don't
Yeah.
know.
They wear
You
hats
know,
like that.
you know
in both.
David Bowie was in Twin Peaks?
Was he really?
Yeah.
He's also in, or Steve Buscemi is also in Mr. Deeds, one of my favorite like
Mm.
childhood movies.
Zeke, you're coughing a lot. Are you sick?
I think I'm a bit under the weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lick these microphones up and down. Hope that's cool. Everyone down with that?
That's great. Thank you. I was going to ask you if you could lick them. So,
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll give him a lick.
did you notice that? Like, Zeke, I have a confession. At first, I
really?
was going to have Garen and Dav on the pod because we're all in a
Wow.
group chat together.
Of course.
And then like I was like, wait, like I'm just gonna ask Zeke, and like so I did, and
Yeah.
like here you are. But like
Here I am.
the thing is, I never canceled on Garen.
Yeah,
I
no,
told
Garen never said anything back to it.
I told you both to be
Such
here
a
by
Garen
5.
thing.
Yeah, it is though. And then like I never canceled Garen, and he just isn't here.
He might just. You know how Kramer and Seinfeld like slides through the door every episode. Yeah, he
it's like, yeah.
I expect Garen to do that in a second and just be like, "What's going on, guys?
I know I'm
You
here
guys hear
like
about this? You guys see this?"
4 hours late, but you know, no big deal. Whatever, doesn't matter.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. What a great movie! You guys remember that one?
I remember
Adam
it existing.
Sandler?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Are you
it's-
going through Adam Sandler's filmography?
I
now?
kind of am, dude. It is dense. It
He's
is
done a lot
dense.
of films.
Jack and Jill,
Few of them good. Jack and Jill might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Grown Ups 2,
I've never seen it. Also, not
Firehouse Dog. Little
What?
Nicky was actually, I liked that. I don't know about you guys. What'd you think? It's like it's
What?
weird, but I like it. No,
You know-
22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What are you trying to say, David? You're trying to get something
I'm
out.
trying to remember Little Nicky. I don't remember it, but I know I've seen it.
Lil Nicky sounds like the name of a rapper.
Yeah, it
Realistically, it probably is. Yeah. What are
Probably.
you guys' opinion on Cardi B?
I was I was skeptical. I was very skeptical of her ability. And then she came out with a song with Bruno Mars, and I like that song a lot.
Oh, was it Finesse?
Yep. I like that song. I gotta be honest. Dirty Little Secret. Hot take.
What do you think about that song?
I haven't heard it.
Jacob.
But I'll judge Cardi B on her appearances thus far that I have experienced. Not a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, almost every song she's ever featured in, I've hated. And that one, I was like, okay.
Even No Limit by G-Eazy.
She's in that song?
What? Yeah, she's in it. She's
Oh,
the worst
man.
part of it.
Oh, that's the song.
It's kind of like a Nicki Minaj scenario where she like kind of ruins every song a little
You know,
bit. Just tiny little bit.
I think Nicki Minaj is at least somewhat like coherent.
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
she's like she can at least like sort of rap a little. Like, it's like you're not my favorite, but like you can do this. You're probably
Right.
more capable than I am. But like,
Of course.
are you like gearing up to do a Nicki Minaj impression?
I'm
Oh
not
my
kidding.
God.
I wish I was so bad, but I'm gearing up to ask a really difficult question.
All right, let's hear it.
Go for it.
All right, you got to pick one band/recording artist
All right,
to listen to for the entirety of your life. That's it, just them,
you already
and it
know what
can't
I'd
be a
choose.
rapper. No rap.
All right, well, I don't know what I choose. Actually, I do. I do know what I choose. I choose Pink Floyd.
Okay, yeah, that's a
pretty
safe
good,
bet. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, well, that's the end of the podcast.
Hope see you guys.
Yep.
Had a great day.
Anyway, what are you thinking, Dav?
I'd probably go with Supertramp. I don't know if you guys know who those are.
I've definitely heard of them. Or is that a one guy or is that a band?
That's a band.
Yeah, I've heard that name so many times. I think
I'm
I'm
aware
not-
of your fan.
Of
Dumb.
my,
Yes.
of my
Because I remember in
fanness.
the car. Were we not? We were in the car during the vlog, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm a big Supertramp fan." And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, you are. Like, that's crazy." And then I surprised you by screaming, "You're fucking wrong!"
Oh,
Yeah, at
Yeah, I
the top
remember
of
that.
my lungs, basically, and it's on camera, and I have that now forever. It's immortalized in
it
vlog
scared me.
too.
Honestly, I wasn't ready for it.
I'm
I was
glad.
like, "Oh shit! All right." I'm
It's
sorry.
a great moment in our friendship. I think it
You
really,
just yelling at me.
yeah. Telling you you're wrong about a thing that, like, really, I have no. It's you can't really be wrong about that. Like,
Yeah, no, you just,
no. But I
two
really.
English rock bands.
Well, what's your opinion, Zeke?
I honestly have.
You would
no
just break
idea.
the rule and go J. Cole.
Yeah, Cardi B. I think it's gonna. I'm totally kidding. If I said that,
Wait,
I would
hold on.
promptly
Are
have you
these
kill me.
question? Not that it really applies to my pick. It doesn't. Would this include new releases?
How do you mean?
Like, if I had to listen to them for the rest of my life, well, we're on a desert island, I guess. Are we on a desert island?
It's just
for this?
like you can only listen to that for some reason.
So that would
Via
involve,
a curse
So
to have a callback.
got you. So like new
Twilight
releases,
Zone.
new releases would then be incorporated into
Absolutely,
that. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
gotcha. That's not. It doesn't change mine at all. It's not like Pink Floyd is releasing.
Yeah.
music
yeah.
right
I was
now.
like, "Whoa, where are you,
Yeah,
where
no.
are you going with this?"
No, I was just wondering if like you had to, if say you chose Cardi B, if you would be stuck with her very slim discography
Yeah.
as of right now, like for the rest of your life. Fuck.
Yeah, it's
Kill me.
I think for me it's a toss up, but I'd probably say Sinatra.
All right.
Hmm.
Just gotta
go
go
with that.
safe. There's a lot of content there, a lot of
Yeah.
good stuff. But I kind of want to say, like, this is gonna be a hot take. I want to say Mac DeMarco.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I love his music so much,
Wow.
and whether that opinion be mainstream or not,
That's not that hot of a take.
Yeah, no, that's well.
it's a kind of a hot take.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say it's like lukewarm.
It's room temp.
Room temp take here.
Room temp take here. Maybe Mac DeMarco. I don't
New
know.
Thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm on
Yeah.
board with that.
Oh, I have a. Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a wacky question, so get ready.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, this is actually okay. I'd like to preface this by saying that I came up with this question at the time when the 2016 presidential election was going on, and I had noticed that this question was more divisive than asking people like Trump or Hillary.
All right. Let's
So-
let's do it.
So when
Okay.
I say that this is going to be wacky, it's really wacky. All right.
all right.
So you
I'm
have
on
to
board.
choose one snack to eat for the rest of your life, but you can only choose from two. It's either pretzels or popcorn, but it's all inclusive. So we're talking caramel corn, kettle corn, like chocolate covered popcorn, all that, and then we're talking soft pretzels.
Pretzels.
Oh, pretzels all day
Dude,
long.
soft
See,
pretzels.
there is
Holy
no-
shit.
Yeah.
doubt.
See, I'm a popcorn guy.
Wow.
I'm a popcorn
Wow.
guy. And you see, that's the thing is that whenever I've asked that to any person ever, they immediately do what Dav did. We're just like, yeah, this one. Just this one. No matter what. Then I'm like, oh, wow. But like, what about this? And they're like, nope.
Well, see. All right, I have
They already know.
I have a
man.
defense. I mean, like, not that
Against
I'm
the
gonna
dark arts?
discredit you. Yes. Lupin. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yes. Perry Hotter. I think that I can. If I order a large bag of popcorn in the movies, I'm not going to finish it. Straight up, won't do it. Won't finish that.
By yourself?
Like, and that's fine. No, like, well, yeah, by myself. I mean, like, I can't humanly probably eat that. Unless you can, Zeke.
Oh,
In which
large?
case,
That'll be tough, but
like, your
this is-
stomach lining probably won't like
yeah,
you.
it
Yeah.
won't like me at all. This is a weird thing that I do like to do. I like to eat like 3/4 of like a medium, large, or even small bag of popcorn at the movies, and then roll it up like the top, and then I eat it in the car on the way home. Yeah,
Dude,
so
I did that when I was a kid.
so I'm the
Not saying anything
worst
bad about
human
it,
you
but-
know.
Basically, your car probably has a lot of loose pieces of popcorn in it.
There's a lot of loose pieces of a lot of
Just
things in
Some
there.
kernels.
Irrelevant question.
Kernels.
Are you the type of guy that when you turn left, stuff slides around in your car?
There's some sliding going
Or-
on for sure. There's definitely some sliding happening.
Fair enough.
In,
Same.
in the Zeke
Yeah.
mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Whether it be kernels. I have this really bad habit of grabbing like a reusable water bottle and then drinking all the water and then like putting it in my car and then forgetting that that's there and then getting another reusable water bottle. And I'm like, wait, now I have like 3 reusable water bottles in here. So those are sliding around like copious amounts when I'm turning left or right, even. So that was a little insight into my life, listeners.
I love that you just went so into detail.
Yeah,
on what's in your car. It was actually one of my New Year's resolutions to kind of keep my car a little.
It
bit
looks
cleaner.
great. We were in it
yeah.
before
Thank
this,
you.
and it's very
Mhm.
clean.
Thank you.
And I
It
love the
used to-
seat covers.
Thanks, man. It used to really not be that good.
Really?
Yeah, I used to have a lot of shit in there, and like one day I was just like, I'm just gonna clean my car.
Might as well.
Hot
I mean,
take. Yeah.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Snyder
Yeah.
cleans his car.
That would be a vlog. I would like to vlog that. No dialogue. Just you like, all right, here we go. And then
It's just a time lapse of me cleaning my car for like hours.
and then at the end just being like into the camera, just a thumbs up.
That's
and then
over.
that's it.
That's episode 3 of the vlog.
I have a couple new. Do you have any New Year's resolutions, Dav?
Not really. No.
I got a couple at work here.
Oh.
What about you? Other than
I have a couple actually.
I'd like to hear them. Other than the car one, because I already heard that one.
Well, I mean the car one is pretty much that's not really my big one. My big one is because it's let me give you some context.
Okay.
So beforehand, before this new year, I kind of had a bad habit of picking my beard,
Mhm.
and like just like as a nervous habit, because before all that, before I like really grew a beard or like cared about it at all, I chewed my fingernails or
Mhm.
like bit them, and so I quit doing that like cold turkey. I was like, fuck that, I'm like gonna stop. So I did. So I basically just transferred the habit to my beard,
Mm-hmm.
which was not healthy. So I found a way to break it based off of Reddit. Because like,
Wow.
it's not an uncommon thing. Collin actually has it worse than I do. I
Picking
think he
the beard?
does it. Yeah, he does it.
What
like,
does that
right
mean?
here.
Just like
Oh, I hear it.
fiddling
Kinda,
with it.
yeah, twirling it. Sometimes I'd pull the hair out. Like,
That's
I would
the
just,
sound
like-
effect. Yeah.
yeah, like I would just feel like a stray hair and I'd yank it out, and like I would actually like get low key like pleasure from it. Like it's
Oh, I
weird.
know that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
biting your
yeah.
fingernails can be very satisfying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and like that slight twinge of pain was like sort of addicting. Like it's not like I'm not like big into S&M or anything, but you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, like I think
No, I know
it's-
what you mean.
Yeah, it's like a psychological thing. But like, so I bought this comb, this little
Mhm.
mini comb, and I've just brushed it, and like that helps relieve that anxiety. A
That's
lot.
awesome.
Yeah, and like
And then you'll have a very well kept beard.
exactly.
Do you use
and, like, I'm
beard
training
oil?
it- I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I
what
do.
type of beard oil do you use?
It's
You
like
have
a
stuff,
shea oil or whatever. I
Okay.
think. I get it from Sally's. Shout out to Sally's sponsorship. Sally's over there by like Fresh Market.
Yeah, they're
Right.
I know that
Wow.
because I've always been curious. You know, Good Mythical Morning, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's like a huge channel. Either way, they like have they have like a online store
Mhm.
and they sell beard oil. And so I may get you a bottle of that and see how you like it.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
I want to
use
know
it.
because I unfortunately can't grow a beard, and it's really saddening because I'm sitting next to two gentlemen with some fine beards.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
With and mind the listener, my mustache is pencil thin. It shouldn't even be called a mustache. It looks like someone took a coal pencil and just shaded on the top of my lip. And I've kept it for a long time, and I may keep it. I don't know. We'll see.
Please do.
And it's just going to get creepier and creepier.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Some My Friend Dahmer type shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to My Friend Dahmer. When's that getting March, I think.
Damn, you just had a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
You just proposed. You proposed a question, asked it, answered it, concluded it. It was like a scientific.
I'm crazy.
That just occurred in front of us. That was amazing.
So
you reenacted the scientific method actually.
Yeah,
like, right in front of us.
Hypothesis.
It's kind of funny. I'm studying political science right now.
Oh yeah,
and like. Basically, all my intro courses, you walk in, not really intro courses. They're all like 3,000, 4,000 level courses, so they're pretty late in the game.
Yeah.
But you walk in, and they're like, "Look, there's this little thing called the scientific method. You may have heard of it, but it can be applied to political science too, baby."
You're like, what?
Matthew McConaughey teaches.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like
we got a lot of lawbreakers in the house tonight.
So we're just gonna do some political science. Basically, is what we're gonna do.
Dude, have you seen that Louis C.K. joke where he's talking about how he watches
R.I.P.
Magic
Louis
Yeah,
C.K.
Rest in peace. But he's talking about how he would watch Magic Mike, and there's this one part with Matthew McConaughey, and he walks out. He's like, "Law says you can't touch," and then all the like women are like going wild. He's like, "But it looks like I got a lot of lawbreakers in the house tonight." And Louis C.K. like does a bit about it. But rest in peace, Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically a dead man. He's
Pretty
dead,
much,
right?
Yeah. Canceled his movie. Yeah.
Which is
But
kinda-
what were we talking about
kinda
before that?
crazy,
Oh
though.
yeah, how you get political science taught to you by Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your New Year's resolutions?
This is it's probably to some they'll be like, you're an idiot because I made an investment on this thing. I'm trying to learn to play the bass.
That's not that.
Yeah, that's not.
bad. No.
Well, yeah, but I like bought a bass and an amp.
Okay.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah. So I've
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
so I've been slapping a little bit of bass, you know.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
trying to be. I told you before the pod that I'm trying to be at least as good enough to play like simple riffs and like play a few songs by the summer, so that I can play with a friend of the pod, Garrett. Who, if anybody listening to this knows Garrett, please implore him to play his guitar for you because he's bashful about it and very humble, and will tell you that like, no, I don't play, but like he shreds. So have him play for you because he's great.
Garrett actually has my 12-string acoustic guitar.
Does he
You have a
really?
12-string acoustic.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
do.
it's really nice.
It's
really
really
nice.
It's really weird that I have. Like, I didn't actually have it. It was my brother's
your
for a
brothers?
while,
Yeah.
and like my brother's like low key a rock star.
Yeah, isn't he like really talented at the guitar?
Yeah, and like he goes on tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he plays with
Who is-
Jake Owen, right?
Yeah, Jake Owen, like he's a country artist.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's in that band. Yeah, and like
Yeah,
Oh,
little known
shit.
fact. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's weird how little you talk about that. That's like really cool.
I just don't like publicize it because it's like, oh, like I'm flexing on all you hoes. Like your brother works at Domino's, but like my brother works
a rock
for
star.
Jake Owen. Yeah, my brother actually did work at Domino's for a time though. So
That's badass.
you know, humble beginnings.
Shout out to Domino's.
Yes,
fresh.
I remember when they had the Oreo pizza. Eat fresh.
Oh, eat fresh.
I remember when I used that for Moe's.
Yeah.
And like Garrett came to me and was like, "Hey, I just want you to know I love that you said that for Moe's." And I was like, "That's the one thing you took away from this podcast."
And that was like the first
Yeah, the
minute.
very- very beginning.
couple seconds of the pod where I used the subway motto for Moe's Southwest Grill. That hit him so hard.
Yeah.
Dav actually works at Moe's.
Really?
Do yeah.
They actually
So-
named it after Dav.
What?
His middle name is Mo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't know the franchise was based
Family
around
owned,
you.
yeah.
It's actually my great grandfather.
Mo. Yeah.
Dav Cornelius Mo the third.
I actually, so this is interesting. Actually,
Yes.
I'm sitting before two restaurant workers,
Yes, that is
which
correct.
is, which is great. So, since it has already been noted that you work at Moe's, I won't out your place of work, Jacob. But since it's already been outed for Dav, what is your, like, if you, there's no limits, you can do whatever you want, what are you getting at Moe's? Like, what's your ideal meal? From everything from the salsa to the drink to, like, everything.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I really want to know here because this is how you learn because the employees they know what they're doing here.
Oh, dude, I really don't know anymore because I've ate it like
So many times,
much that
yeah.
like literally everything I make I don't like.
You're like, I don't want to eat this,
But I'm like, I have to. It's free. I
it's
mean,
free. That's so sick. I wish I've never worked in a restaurant, so the restaurant life really interests me. But let's hear it. Well, actually, I'll ask you this: what is like your choice of like burrito stack?
I'd probably go burrito. It's just like the easiest to like
Mhm.
make, and you just know like room to like mess it up.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like with a stack, you have to like put it on the grill, and
Mhm.
if like you mess that up, then the whole thing's just
The whole thing's shot.
it's ruined. Yeah, but burrito is just easy. Just roll up, man. Just take it on the go.
Yeah, you can. I love doing that.
You guys roll it up so smoothly too. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna crease this part.
Yeah.
I'm gonna you lick your
Just a
fingers a
little.
little bit. Yeah, like yeah. You actually do it like you're rolling a blunt. You're like,
Yeah.
you lick the inside and then you roll it up, and then it's really disgusting. Actually,
Let it be known that the edge that Moe's has over Chipotle for me is that Chipotle can't roll a burrito to save their lives.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, they suck at it.
the edge that Moe's has over Chipotle for me is actually a social issue for me.
Really?
What?
Yeah, Chipotle is held in high regard because it's Chipotle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the quality of food that really matters. It's just like it's Chipotle, and like people go to Chipotle, and like that's why I want it. Like, and it's like it's cool to have a cup from Chipotle. Kind of like how Dunkin' Donuts has
I
the
know
iced
what you mean.
coffee.
Yeah.
And like I'm not a big iced coffee guy, and I know that Garrett took such a
We both did.
took such a social like
Stance
shot,
against it.
yeah, like against Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and that like girls would get it like to go to class because it looked cool.
that
to
was
have.
we actually. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know this, but Garrett and I had a campaign almost against it.
really
We hated it. Yeah, because it was weird. It was a time in our lives where we were very
You guys
say,
were
like-
really just like inflammatory.
Yeah, we were just like, F this, F that, like, this is stupid, why are you doing this? Like, you should just, just be you know what I mean? Like, stop, like, faking, basically. And so, since then, we've chilled, we're like, well, you only get to live, like, one life, so we might as well not, like, rip it into everyone. Either way, this was at a point where we were like, no, F this, F that, but we were like, yeah, like, we would have classes together where these girls would come back to school with these Dunkin' Donut cups, and they don't even like coffee, They're drinking coffee with, like, it's like 12 parts cream, like mostly sugar and cream, and then like a little bit of coffee. And it's like, as someone who appreciates like coffee, it's like you're not even
Yeah.
drinking coffee.
No.
And so we were like, what are you guys doing? So stupid, blah, blah, blah. We weren't getting anything done. It was just mean. But it was, at the time we thought we were voicing our opinions.
So I guess we can take this as your public apology
yeah,
to all
if
those
you're-
you ripped.
if you are a listener and I toasted you on whether it be in person or on Twitter, I am sorry. And let's grab coffee sometime. Let's talk about it. I'm different now.
I
so.
remember watching your Twitter, just watching like
Yes.
the way you would like destroy people.
Yeah, there was a period of time where I was very adamantly against things on Twitter, and I would tell everyone about it. And yes.
Now I've decided like when scrolling through Twitter, I'm like I think about tweeting something and then I leave it in my drafts for like 2 hours and then I just don't tweet it. And I'm like,
I do a similar process where I'm like, if I tweet this, like, will anyone text me or DM me or just even think the thought like Zeke's like being aggressive? And then I'm like, if not, go ahead and post it. If so, maybe think about it twice,
yeah, I think that just like so many people's opinions are out there that mine doesn't really matter in
Yeah.
retrospect. Like, yeah, nothing about my opinion is going to change the way you think about this thing. If you loved The Last Jedi, you're going to love The Last Jedi, whether I think it or not. And if you hated The Last Jedi, then you're going to hate it, no matter if I loved it or not. But if I tweet about it, then I will be taking away the opportunity for you to listen to my podcast. So basically, if you want my opinion, well, listen to the fucking
Listen
podcast.
to the pod.
Yeah, like
Yeah, man.
you're gonna have to do that because like Twitter's not really a place for that. I tweet like things I think are funny, or if I'm like, hey, isn't it funny that like I don't know, Adam Sandler's been in like so many movies. I'll just tweet something like that. Like,
yeah, I've taken to tweeting mostly about. I'll do a live stream. That's actually another one of my resolutions in 2018 is to eat more hot chilies on live stream.
Dude,
so.
your live stream, he does the fucking funniest.
You told me about that, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I have been telling a lot of people.
I'm very glad.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. See, that's the thing where I can see a serious change in my social media trends from when I was like, let's say, a sophomore in high school to now. Is that like, if I was a sophomore in high school and I was on Instagram, I'd be like, all right, it's time to like toast some people. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put out some content that will entertain people for a little bit, and I think I've done that, and it's making me happy. It's fulfilling, you know.
It is,
and I do enjoy eating hot chili peppers because it's a weird sort of thing, but it's fun. I like it.
That's cool, and like I think it's just funny because like it's so unique. And you just tweeted it one day. You were like, "Hey, should I start doing this?" And like I think you did a poll.
Yeah, I love Twitter polls. They're like my favorite thing on Twitter.
Your Twitter polls are so funny because you did one that was like, do I look like Jack Black, yes or no? And like mostly no came out, but I voted yes because I was like, you kind of look like Jack Black.
I was at
see it,
I was at a theme park. I believe it was at Universal, and I was buying a Diet Coke, and a woman was like, "Hey, you look like Jack Black," and I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Well, I guess I'll ask Twitter what they think about this." And then it turns out I don't really look like Jack Black, but people could see it. You know what I mean? Like if you were like, oh, maybe, but
the best Twitter poll you ever had was the one that was like, you proposed a film that was a Albert Einstein biopic with, this is a killer casting decision. Do you want me to choose it? Do you want me to say it?
You can go ahead.
With Christoph Waltz in the role of Albert Einstein.
Oh my god!
Isn't that a film you want to watch? And it's just called
Einstein.
Relativity.
Albert.
Yeah, something super simple. I was just like,
something
would
like
you watch
kind
this?
of pretentious that you're like
a little bit pretentious.
You're like, oh man, that's so gay. Like, like Jobs, but like, I want a title kind of like Jobs, but with the quality of Steve Jobs. The film Steve.
Oh,
remember how because like
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher played him, and then like whoever watched that movie was like, wow, that's not really good. We're just gonna make our own. We're gonna do it.
No, we're gonna do it different.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. You know, like the way it happened. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Michael Fassbender's in it. Seth Rogen is in it.
Really?
As Steve Wozniak.
That's awesome casting, actually.
Dude, he is brilliant. He's awesome in the movie. He's great.
Wait, let me look something up.
And like Josh Gad played him in Jobs and was terrible. I'm not like against Josh Gad, but like
right, yeah. But
okay, I think there might be one person better to do it in terms of like visually. Let me look it up real quick.
It's George Costanza.
Yep. Greg Grunberg.
Let me see.
That name.
This guy.
Grunberg.
Ooh, he looks a lot like Jon Favreau.
Yeah, he actually does.
Whoa.
I think he looks a lot like Wozniak.
He actually kind of does. I think that Seth Rogen doesn't necessarily look like him in the movie. He looks like Seth Rogen.
Does he do a good job?
Yeah, he does a good job.
That's what matters in reality.
Yeah, and like there's good banter between him and Michael Fassbender as Steve
That's so
Jobs.
interesting. What a juxtaposition between like this goofy, like, I mean, maybe the goofiest guy like ever, Seth Rogen, and then Michael Fassbender, who's like, he could pass off as like a British nobility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
And then they're just like hanging out.
Yeah, and like their banter about like Apple and like God, that's a fascinating story.
Yeah,
regardless.
it is.
And like, I think that Jobs and Steve Jobs differed on like the dark parts of like Steve Jobs.
How he
kind
kind of
of
like
he was.
sucked.
Yeah,
a little
and
bit.
like Jobs, the Ashton Kutcher's Jobs, which is what we will know it by now. Is like it's more of a love letter to him, whereas Steve Jobs tells the story
Of like,
it's like,
what it was like to work with him and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, he was an asshole. Like
How he like left Apple and made Pixar.
Yeah, and like he fucked bitches and like
Yeah.
he basically like denied that he had a kid for a time, and like the kid was probably his, and like you know, like he denied that it was his. It's just like shit.
Yeah.
What like is weird to me is that he died of like liver cancer, and the reason he got liver cancer in the first place is because he only ate fruit.
It's pancreatic cancer.
Was it pancreatic cancer?
Yeah.
Okay, whichever one it was because he only ate fruit.
Yeah. Do you know the abbreviation for pancreatic cancer?
PC?
It's PC.
Politically correct?
PC. Like, do you have a Mac or a PC?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow.
Steve Jobs was killed by
a
PC.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess that's where we end this podcast. Forever. That's the last of it. I can't do another one.
Rest in peace, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, but probably a dick.
Yeah, probably.
Oh well, though.
Yeah. But we all have Apple computers in front of us right now.
Ain't that right?
And an iPhone in our pocket.
Oh,
it's true.
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone?
I do. It's right here.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
I'm actually considering switching. I really am seriously.
I've considered it a lot, but then I'm like, should I? Then
I'm like, I don't want to be green in group chats.
I like think about it all the time, and then I'm just like, well, this is just like convenient.
Yeah,
right now.
it's such a simple interface. Like it's so accessible with group chats. It's like,
yeah, and
everyone else like kind of has one.
Yeah, and like that's a very monopolistic ideal that we're encouraging with that too, because it's like, well, everyone has one. It's like, so I should have one too, and like eventually. It's just dumb, and like it's a weird thing to think about. And like, I think that have you seen this new Samsung commercial?
Yes,
where it's like,
I love it.
You know the guy. Yeah. Colin hates it because he's
really
like, he doesn't hate it. I think he's just like, that's such a silly thing. It's like an era in your life when you had an iPhone.
Yeah,
like it's like yeah. Now the iPhone era is behind me. Like
now I'm an adult.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And like I think the commercial's good. Until he passes by the guy with the iPhone and he just stares, he's just like, "What a fucking asshole!"
Yeah.
Just like, and like continues to walk, and like the commercial's over. I'm just like, "What a shit! You were that guy for like
40 seconds ago."
Yeah, like I don't know. It kind of feels weird to me. It's like you just hardcore judged that dude for being in the exact same place you were,
and also
that's like you being homeless, and then later when you're not homeless, you look at a guy who's homeless and go. Man, what a stupid dickhead. Yeah. Like, it's like, I see a problem with this. Namely, it's way hypocritical. Like, what?
So hypocritical.
I don't know. I just think that's Colin's issue with it, that it's like really, it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's a fucking phone that you have. Like, this isn't that crucial of a thing in your life. Hopefully.
Yeah.
If it is, you have bigger issues than what phone
it's
you're
becoming
using.
more and more of like a necessity, which is scary, but also kind of cool.
It is. I think that Elon Musk said that like right now we have more power than the president of the United States did in like the 90s or the 80s. Yeah. Like 100%.
Well, what I'm always
we can know anything we want.
What I'm always realizing is that I'll get into these like ridiculous arguments with my friends where we're arguing about something that's a fact. Like we're not even talking about opinions. We'll be like, no, it's this and it's like this. And it's like we're literally pretending like we don't have infinite knowledge at our fingertips. All of us.
Yeah.
Not just one of us, all of us.
Yeah.
And we're like, just look it up.
But then like there is the fact of the matter, which is like you can't really trust anything anymore. It's like every news outlet has a bias. And it's like, what is news?
Yeah.
Because like I'm not getting into like fake news or anything like that. Like fuck all that shit. But like I'm talking about like CNN has a liberal bias. Fox News has a conservative bias. I don't want anything with a bias. I just want the
news.
Yeah.
News. Which unfortunately doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, and like that's super
it's
sad.
It's created an atmosphere where you have to like take all of the biases and then like digest it and then create your own.
Yeah.
Which is inconvenient because just get the news. Just give me the news.
Exactly. Like when FDR was like when he was president, I believe he had polio.
Yep. Polio.
Yeah, and the news outlets knew that he had polio, but they weren't telling anybody that he had polio.
Yep.
Not because they were paid off, because they knew it was for the betterment of the country that they not know that he had polio.
What a 1940 thing to think. Like our president could be weak. Like dude, he's just got polio. He's a great president.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Watergate happened, and then like on a dime things turned, and everyone was
just
like,
became skeptical.
Fuck the president. No one trusted him. Basically, we can blame it all on Nixon, which is
fine by
Fun,
me.
yeah. But like, I don't know. I'm reading Watchmen right now, and it's like,
Ooh.
I love that part of the storyline that's just like swept under the rug in the story. It's meant to be like just breezed over, but Nixon has been elected for a third term and will serve the entirety of it. And it's like, LOL. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably causing a lot of problems, but no one,
so
we're
many
not
problems.
really paying attention to it.
Yeah.
It's like just Dr. Manhattan left Earth, so like everything's a shithole now.
There's been some crazy presidential scandals.
There have.
Mm-hmm.
And like nowadays it seems like there's a new one like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, it's not really that bad.
We live in a volatile time.
It's true. We do. We live in such a strange.
It is so
It's like-
strange.
you know what?
I feel like every generation says that, but I feel like this is particularly strange.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Yeah. It's
weird.
And then the next
But fun.
era will be. I mean, it's fun in that like I'm studying political science. It's a pretty cool time to be studying. it.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
You know, like it's pretty neat. But like,
If you become a professor and you teach political science, and you be like, yeah, I was studying political science when Donald Trump was president, they'll be like, tell us everything. What was it like? And you'll be like, well, here we go.
well, it was a unique
It
time.
was interesting,
Yeah,
divisive, but also unifying in a weird way.
it was unifying. It is unifying. I'm talking from the 2030s right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we're on Mars.
Yeah, you're right. We will have colonized it by then.
That would be so sick.
God, remember Chappelle's Bush? He's like, look,
Yeah.
fuck all this oil shit. He's like, we're going to space, baby, space.
He's like, Mars.
Yeah,
we're
he's like-
going to Mars.
No, he goes, you know where we're going? Mars, Mars, bitch.
Yeah, that skit is so funny because they're like, what do you have to say about the oil scandal that's going on in the Middle East? And he's like, oil? Bitch, you cooking? Like, that would be so awesome if a presidential elect said, "Bitch, you cooking," when referencing the Middle East oil scandal or whatever. That's such an awesome show.
And that spawned the ever famous gif of Chappelle just being like, just leaning back and knocking over the
Yeah,
water.
while over there,
the jug of water
dashing
and-
away.
Yeah. A lot of them. That's such a good gif too. That's such a. Is it a gif or gif?
I've always said GIF, but
Yeah.
I've heard some GIF propaganda.
You know what? You know what's-
convincing argument.
It's
Yeah,
GIF.
It's GIF.
I think it's
Okay.
GIF.
I think it's GIF as well. I used to say GIF, but then I was like, I shouldn't. But
No,
you know what's
don't
wrong
wanna
though?
do that.
You know what's dead wrong on that front? Calling it a GIF.
Oh my God.
Like,
Yeah.
get out.
Is that an option?
I don't even. I hope
guess.
not.
You know that people called memes memes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it referred to
heard
as
that.
memes one time, and I was like, whoa. You don't want to go around saying that. It's a meme.
You know, the voyage of the meme.
Yes, we watched that. You didn't go to
fifth
Hawks
grade?
Rise. I watched it in fifth grade. Fifth grade as well.
I did, and I went to Roberts
Ben
Elementary.
Affleck is in that.
He
He's the
is
star, as a matter of
young-
fact.
A young
He's like
child
9-year-old.
actor, Ben Affleck.
Oh my God.
9 years
Yes.
old. Boy, to Mimi.
I like to think that like current teachers introduce that video and they're like, that's a young Batman.
That's Batman.
Yeah. And the kids are like, no way.
Just moments before his parents were slain.
jeez.
Yep, I had to do it.
Oof. I remember he was on like Conan or something, or maybe Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon was like, so like we found out that you were on the voyage of the Mimi, and Ben Affleck looked like he needed a cigarette.
Yeah, he was like,
He's like, yeah. Can we talk about me getting divorced from Jennifer Garner?
anything besides
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because
Oh my
like
God.
that was not a fun time.
They were just whale watching, weren't they? They were
Yeah,
tracking
pretty
whales.
much, pretty much. And then they were like, "Oh no, we're stranded on an island." And then they were like, "Well, we're not stranded on the island anymore. Guess we're all okay." And there was like this adult that was with them on the boat, and she was deaf,
Mhm.
and like the real actress was deaf too. And I was like, man, there's so much sexual tension between this 25-year-old and Ben Affleck.
Who's like 9.
Yeah. And I was like, man, are they gonna bone? Like when? When's this
When,
gonna
where,
happen?
and how?
Yeah, like, jeez, this I can see it. I can see the chemistry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
I
was
have
pretty disgusting.
a question,
Yeah.
which is, may seem simple, but it's a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Okay. Go for it.
Basically, this entire podcast is you
Yeah.
presenting questions to us and prefacing them with like, "This is different."
It is a little bit. I mean, we'll see what you guys have to say.
All right. Well, yeah. Like,
Favorite
Go on.
flavor of ramen? This is a tough one.
I've actually not had enough ramen to like
Really?
know. Yeah.
Okay,
So like, what's the
okay.
basic one?
Chicken.
What's the flavor of ramen?
Yeah, chicken
flavor.
flavor. There's chicken, there's beef, there's Oriental, there's shrimp.
Ooh, I think I've had Oriental actually.
It's the blue packaging. It's like a teriyaki.
Yeah, it's pretty fire.
All right.
Fire, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with shrimp.
Shrimp is solid. The pink packaging. Very
Pink package.
it makes
Did
the
you
eye
just
pop.
say it's salad?
I said salad. I said it's solid, but it came out
Oh.
like it's salad.
Oh,
Like if I had
wow.
an accent, yeah.
Salad.
It is salad, bro. All right, yeah. But I think this is a word to the wise for the two of you and the listeners.
Okay.
The ramen brand, commonly known as Maruchan, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
they make all the like your typical ramens. They have a flavor that's called creamy chicken, and it's in a yellow packaging. I think everyone should try it. It is by far my favorite, and I would venture to say the best.
I've seen that, yeah, and I've been like, I should try this, but
It's
I
great.
haven't yet.
I have to say that it's great.
I actually recognize creamy chicken ramen. Like, I recognize hearing about it.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
it's wonderful.
But I've heard about it from like Snapchat.
yeah,
Like people being like, "Wow, this is yo, dude,
it's
yo,
so good.
man, this is so fire, dude. Dude, this is so fire, though, dude."
Creamy
Yeah.
chicken.
Do you guys want to get hit with another question?
Yes.
Go for it.
All right. Would you rather be an eagle or a marlin? This is another one that's a bit divisive. I promise you guys.
Oh god.
I'm gonna pull a picture of both.
An eagle or a marlin?
Yeah, because think about it. One rules the sky and one rules the sea.
Does a marlin really rule the sea?
I pretty much.
How big is
Or you could sub in like a shark if you'd like to be a shark.
it?
All right.
I think I'd still be an eagle.
Yeah, I think I'd be an eagle too. I think the power of flight
Is so
is-
enticing.
yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
Very enticing. Yeah.
Then again, being weightless, suspended in water, and being able to go like 60 miles an hour or something like that would be awesome.
that's such a good point.
And just being like jumping out, or like being a dolphin would be pretty cool.
That'd be nice.
Are you an eagle with the mind of a human, or an eagle with the mind of an
You're
eagle?
just an eagle. Oh wait, okay. I actually have something super
Okay.
like trippy to say,
all right. Yeah.
and I want you guys
Go
to
for
ponder
it.
it with me. All right,
Okay.
so let's preface this by establishing that reincarnation is like how it works. You know what I mean? Like once you die, you reincarnate.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's the preface.
Mhm.
So think about this. All right, let's take I'll say Kurt Cobain. Let's take Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain lives his life. He makes all this great music, in my opinion. Love Nirvana, etc., etc. He passes away, and his like soul, or mid energy, or whatever you want to call it, reincarnates into like a guy, just like a normal, or I guess it would start as a baby, but would develop into a guy. And let's say that guy like listens to Nirvana, loves it, like figures out the lead singer's Kurt Cobain. It's awesome. He's like, this is my favorite music ever. I can't believe it. Like, I worship Kurt Cobain. But like, he is Kurt Cobain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that trippy?
That did not have a conclusion to it.
That's just it. That's just it right there. He is.
That's amazing.
Isn't that like?
That is amazing.
So like, if we're like, let's say we're reincarnations of stars that we like worship. Isn't that crazy to think about?
it is crazy to think about. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Andy Weir's The Egg.
I haven't.
have you heard
Oh, the
this?
egg theory or whatever?
Yeah, like it's not really a theory. I think it's a story that he wrote.
Yeah, I think I've read that, and if it's the same thing that we're thinking of, that like basically every person is one person going
Yeah.
through different stages of like the same life.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I've heard that.
That is crazy and awesome.
Yes, and the ending of it is even better because it's like,
Wait,
It's like
Andy
the
Weir
uni-
wrote that?
yeah,
That's badass. He
Dude
wrote
who-
The Martian as
dude
well.
who wrote The
for
Martian
those.
wrote that. Yeah,
Shit,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
yeah. Some people really believe it, and I'm like, yeah, you're crazy, but
Yeah.
whatever. Believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
I think that Logic also used that for his new album. He used that
Really?
concept. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. New album.
Are you still a big Logic guy?
I like Logic a lot. This last album is definitely my least favorite of his.
I got very turned off to Logic.
Why?
Because of his his appearance on Hot Ones. I watched that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I didn't like him. Like, I just didn't like him as
Really?
a guy.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess he's not for everybody.
He's definitely had some great music, but he's just like not weird necessarily. I don't know. I just didn't take to him. It's a me thing.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Like, I get that. I totally get that.
Hot take.
Very hot.
F Logic. Hot take.
I think that his appearance on Hot Ones is very like, I don't know. He was showing out a bit, and it's
I
like
believe-
I don't
I
really
believe
think
so
that's
as well.
how he is. Really.
Yeah, I hope not.
But like, I think that Hot Ones is also like it's a very cool show.
I love Hot Ones.
Have
never
you ever
seen
seen an episode?
Mm-mm.
Do you even know the premise of it? Oh
No
man,
idea.
Oh,
Dude, you're
it's
in for
a-
an awesome night.
Yeah, you should really.
Yeah,
like,
it's
when-
great.
When you go home to YouTube this, like, there are so many cool people who have been on Hot Ones. Neil deGrasse Tyson has been on. Yeah, it's where like, all right, they have like a radio interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a radio show, kind of, but instead of like your typical, that's weird. Receiving Snapchats from people I don't usually receive Snapchats from.
Oh.
That's always jarring.
Yeah, it is. You're like, who are you? Not really. But so it's like an interview where they're pitted up against like this guy, like who always, I guess,
Sean Evans
Yeah,
is the
Sean Evans.
host.
I don't know who he is really,
Yeah,
but
he's just a normal
pretty
guy.
cool guy. And they're talking, but here's the twist: they're eating really hot chicken wings the entire time.
Yeah, it's like the twist. So there's like a board in front of them, and it has 10 chicken wings, and they go up in heat.
Oh.
So as the interview gets more like intense, and they ask more like hard hitting questions, they're going through more pain,
Yeah.
and like their answers are usually like more candid, and it is awesome.
Yeah, and like the questions are all very well thought out. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
such high
They
quality.
do incredible amounts of research on their
Yeah.
guests. It's like Bryan Cranston and James Franco did a joint episode about it or of it.
Oh, nice.
Terry Crews was on it. Mac DeMarco was on it. A bunch of like Keke Palmer was on it. I don't know why she came to mind. Rachel Ray was on it. There's a bunch of-
Wait. You're telling me the star of True Jackson VP was on Hot Ones?
Absolutely. I think she was in. Was she in Aquila and the Bee?
Yes.
Yeah,
She
star
was.
of Aquila and the Bee.
More notably,
Yeah,
True Jackson VP. That Nickelodeon show filmed in front of a live audience.
absolutely.
It was filmed in front of a live audience, or at least it claimed to be.
Oh yeah, they
probably-
probably had
well,
a few laugh tracks in there.
They didn't say like they always like before Drake and Josh. You wouldn't hear like filmed in front of a live audience because it's not.
Mhm.
But like True Jackson VP, beforehand they would be like, True Jackson VP was filmed in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this affects my opinion of this
In
literally
no way.
none at all. Yeah. But
But yeah, it's
Anyway.
awesome. You should totally check it out.
yeah, it's a great episode. But like for Logic, like they were like, so like we discovered when researching you that you worked at Wingstop at one point, and he was like, how the fuck do you even know that?
Yeah. Oh, that actually brings up something kind of funny. Do you guys know who Nardwar is?
I don't know who this is, but I know the name. Like, I don't know what Nardwar is.
The human serviette. Okay, he's this Canadian guy,
Mm.
and he has these really famous interviews because he does, like, literally take the amount of research that Hot Ones does and square it. And so, excuse me, he'll literally pull out facts about people. They're like, literally, how do you know that about me? They'll be like, yeah, didn't you have a childhood friend named, like, so-and-so? And he's like, dude, how do you know that? So Logic's been on that. Ugly God was on that. Seth Rogen was on it. That's a notable one. Mac DeMarco, I don't know why he keeps coming up. He was on that. Well, probably because he's Canadian. But either way, check it out. Nardwar, the human serviette. It's awesome. It's on
will.
YouTube as well.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
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 I'm excited for Hot Ones. To be
It's
honest.
awesome.
It's a really
it's a
cool-
real treat.
You're
You should
down.
be
You're bound to
excited.
find somebody who you really like on there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that guy? Like, he's
Right.
an amazing astrophysicist.
It's actually
crazy,
one of
man.
them.
Likes
Season 4
chicken
was
wings
really
also.
awesome.
Oh, there's seasons. It's all on YouTube though.
Yeah, and like I don't know. You know what? A radio host that I really like, Peter Rosenberg.
Eric Andre was on it. Wait, what were you
I
saying?
believe that. I love Peter Rosenberg.
Whom is that?
He hosts Hot 97, or like, yeah, I believe it's Hot 97. He's like it's in California, like LA. I don't know. Seems like a cool guy. I follow him on Twitter, and a lot of people apparently don't like him. But
Charlie
I love
Day's
him.
episode was awesome. Bob Saget.
I didn't mean
Hey,
to start
hey.
playing it. I just wanted to pull it up.
why don't you quit doing that, there, David?
Seth Rogen.
Do
was
you
on
mind?
it.
Yeah.
You don't mind.
Key and Peele. I mean, they've had some great names.
Did you just do it again?
What?
Dude, Lindsay Lohan is campaigning to play Batgirl, and she will not get it.
Absolutely not. I don't care if I have to do it myself.
What, shoot her down? Kill her?
Just tell her no.
Hey, you're not going to get this. She looks, in this photo at least, she looks really rough.
She's had a tough
She's
few
looking
years.
bad. She's looking pretty tough. She has had a tough few years. Just like Batgirl has. She's faced a lot of adversity.
Halle Berry?
That would be Catgirl. But Michelle Pfeiffer is my Catgirl. Let me be real.
Halle Berry. And so creepy.
I like Halle Berry as a person. She seems nice.
Seems like
Some in the comments, someone immediately goes, Lindsay Lohan should consider campaigning for a career change, possibly a barista position. Like, that's amazing. That's a hilarious thing.
What a legitimate thing.
Yeah, it is. Just people going, okay, like, all right.
They're like, all right, well, that's fine.
This is worse than when Alicia Silverstone said she wouldn't mind playing the part again. Remember when she was in Batman Forever? Me neither.
Least favorite animal? Question mark? Jacob? Dav?
Least favorite animal?
His favorite animal?
Wait,
least
least
favorite animal.
I don't just hate animals.
Yeah.
Excluding insects and arachnids.
All right. I guess, I don't think about things like this. I guess,
The hard-hitting questions.
what are you thinking, Dav?
Dude, I honestly I keep thinking squirrels, and then I'm like, they're really not that bad.
They're fine.
I'm just trying to think of something I don't like, but I mean,
I guess,
something that would want to eat me. Like a hungry lion.
Yeah, any looming danger animal would be.
Yeah,
I think it's actually is pretty difficult to think of it like an animal that you just hate no matter what.
I guess an armadillo, because
That's
I
my
see
least favorite animal.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
They carry leprosy. Did you know that?
Seriously?
Absolutely. Yeah,
What?
dude, that's real.
That's
real.
crazy.
They
That's-
carry leprosy.
That's amazing.
So watch out, guys. If you get scratched by one, you should see a healthcare professional. I'm not trolling. I do troll a lot, but I'm not trolling. They carry leprosy.
Oh my god, I just got
what
so
a bizarre
serious.
name, or what a bizarre disease to carry with
Yeah, it's
a
like biblical.
armadillo. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
learned that from watching. Do you remember that show Call the Wild Man with the turtle man? He would get turtles, snapping turtles out of ponds and stuff.
no.
Either way, he was talking about armadillos, and he was like, "Yeah, they have leprosy." And I was like, "Wow."
Wait, you've done no other research than when the turtle man.
I
said
looked.
this-
I cross-referenced it. Don't worry.
do armadillos
have leprosy?
How did they get it? They just
leprosy?
are
They just
born with
acquired it.
it? In their travels.
They were cursed in their travels.
They were cursed.
All right, hold on. Armadillos are one of the only known animals that carry leprosy, an age-old disease that causes skin and nerve damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
That's so weird. Are naturally infected with leprosy?
Naturally. Oh my god.
That's like they have it.
And we have
I guess,
people.
all the
We
time.
have people out here holding them and stuff. That's not okay. You got to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of here.
Could you imagine how terrible it would be for someone to be like, "Hey, how's it going? Not everything's great. I recently found out I have leprosy."
I'm a leper.
And they're like, "Wow,
Whoa.
is this? Are you Judas? Who are you?
Yeah, are you in the Bible? Is this BC?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
What is your deal? What's going on with you? Who are you hanging around?"
But that's really cool that you said candidly armadillo, because that is absolutely my least favorite animal.
I just think they're gross, and
They're
whenever
very
I see them
gross.
crossing the road, I'm like, "Get out of here, you
Yeah.
dickhead! Stop it!
Yeah.
Leave!"
How do you feel about possums?
I used to not like possums, but they've been up eating my cat's cat food, and this one is a baby, and he's super cute, and I kind of understand because
Yeah.
I'm he's up and he has probably no other way to eat,
Yeah.
and he's just eating the food, and whenever he sees us, he's like, "All right, I'll leave,
All right,
I'll
I'll
leave,
get
I'm
out of
sorry."
here.
Yeah, and then he just bails. And like, I just think it's cute because
Yeah.
like I'll walk up on him and he's just like, "I'm really sorry about this."
Wait, so you've seen him more than once?
Yeah, dude, he's always here. We named him like, I don't know, Margaret or something. I don't
You
know.
named him? Holy
Yeah,
shit, what?
yeah, man.
The
We
Snyder
basically
family
feed this
pet.
possum. Yeah,
Oh my god.
and like basically like my dog like saw him, like Sophie like saw him and was like, "You're a possum."
Yeah, this is
And
not
he
cool.
was and he was just like sitting there and he's like, "I'm a possum."
He's like, yeah, I'm definitely a possum. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
God.
and
I did
kinda
learn a
cute.
fun fact about possums,
What?
and that is that they are the only marsupial in North America.
really?
Yeah, they have pouches.
That's crazy.
I love the marsupial animal group. They're very cute. Almost
Pouch.
all of them,
They have pouches.
except
That's adorable.
the possum. Possums are gross.
You're
But
not really a
kangaroos,
possum guy?
wallabies,
Mm.
wombat.
My dad actually had a possum for some time.
Really?
Yeah, like he took care of a possum for like a month, and he's like, that was the most ungrateful animal that he ever had.
Oh,
Because like he would
absolutely.
like feed and like milk it, like it was a baby, and like
Mhm.
he milked it, like, and it would drink, and then like he'd put it down, and then it would like look to him after it had been fed by him, and just fucking hiss at him,
Yeah, it's if
and it would
they're
my
walk
God.
away. Yeah,
They're
it's
very
just
mean.
like wow.
Also, another fun fact.
Yes.
Garrett's, friend of the pod. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Fourth time we brought him up. Garrett Mathis. His dad had a pet raccoon.
Oh
and
wow,
his name was Mr.
raccoons.
Charles.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Fun
would-
fact.
You know, I looked up actually because Alex and I were at her apartment and we looked out the window one night because she had set the trash out.
Mhm.
We looked out the window and by the way, her house is like the door's like right here to her apartment, right?
Mhm.
And like so you go in and then you turn left and then another left and her room is like over here.
Okay.
And so like the window out of her room is looking right at the front door, like very close. It's a kind of a unique situation. And
Okay.
like her old apartment that is. And so we look out and she had set her trash out the side and we look out and there's like 5 raccoons just
Yeah.
like very close to us. Like
They're one of the craftiest animals there are.
yeah, and like they knew that we were watching them. Like they looked around and were like, yeah, we don't give a fuck.
They're
Like,
like, sorry,
we'll
we
run.
Have, we have
we can
opposable
run.
thumbs.
Yeah,
So-
we can.
We're gonna carry stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And so like they knew that we were watching them. I even opened up the door like to be like, "Hey, get out of here!" You know? And like,
What are you
Hey.
guys doing?
yeah,
No.
leave. And like one of them was like, "Why are you out here? Like
What,
it's late. What are
yeah.
you doing? Like why are you even awake?"
This is raccoon time.
Yeah, he like made me question things. He was like,
He's like,
"What
"Oh."
are you even doing up? You need your rest. Like, what do you?"
It's funny that you were like, oh shit, he's kind of right though.
Yeah,
I do need to get to sleep.
yeah. And like, I don't know, he just kind of like made me question things, and I was like, all right, I guess you can have the trash then. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, eventually we made them leave, but
Mm.
like,
Like, all right, God, well, get out of here.
yeah,
Jeez,
jeez, I guess this is your property or something. But like, why
this
are
is
you
trash. You don't even want this.
Yeah, they're like, clearly you're gonna throw it away. Like, why can't we just spread it out everywhere?
Why can't we just make a huge mess
Yeah,
and eat like 4 chips and then leave?
basically, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, well, there's like just paper towels mainly and garbage and then like 4 chips.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that was it. That prompted me to Google whether it's okay to have a raccoon as a pet, and like most of the answers were like, "Is it okay? Yeah. Should you do it?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, because they're like
Mm.
they do have posable thumbs, and they're smart.
yeah,
So,
really
like,
smart.
They'll steal stuff from you just to mess with you. Is what they said. Like they're like legit. Like they'll just steal things from you and like hide them, and then like you won't be able to find them, and then they'll think it's funny. Like
Yeah, they like it.
it's like that's
They're
not
weirdly
really
intelligent. We needed to research them because what's going on with raccoons?
Yeah.
Because they like make like I was told by a friend who was camping that they were like 5 raccoons that set up like an assembly line, and they were like going like this. Like one raccoon was holding something, and then they would like hand it to the next, and the next raccoon would like, and so on and so forth. And they were doing organized stealing, like a heist.
That's very concerning.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
It is really cool.
We should like train them.
Yeah,
We should.
Could you
thief.
imagine?
that would be awesome.
And then we open up like a car manufacturing company. And like our big shtick, like we're like our big shtick is that it's completely owned and operated by raccoons.
And they do it,
Yeah.
and they're good.
Yeah, they are good.
They'll try and short you, but they do their job well.
Yeah. they're quality employees, but like every now and then they might walk out with a steering wheel.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it's a raccoon after all.
Yeah.
When everything gets said and done, it's a raccoon. So
Yeah.
you know,
And it's
what
like
can you expect?
it's like congratulations, you now own a Camry that was assembled by only raccoons.
Exclusively by raccoons. It took them like 45 minutes. It was astoundingly fast.
Yeah,
for a
they're
team
so
of
they're so
mammals.
small. They can assemble the engine while it's in your car. Like they don't even they're so tiny. It's like too many chefs, not enough raccoons. That's
Shout out to Rocket of Guardians of the Galaxy.
wow. He could probably assemble a Camry so quick.
He would easily do that.
I want a Toyota. Like I want to make a fake Toyota commercial that's like a Toyota. Exclusively using raccoons since 2018.
Since 2018. And there's
protests by workers who are like, "Hey, stop the raccoons from taking our jobs."
and the raccoons are like, we're hardworking individuals. We need pay too.
This sounds like a South Park episode.
Absolutely.
I could see the little like animation.
Yeah,
animated
I'd love the way they
raccoon.
animate animals. It's so funny.
God, I want this to be a thing.
Yeah.
Dude, pitch it.
I could, I guess. I was watching like this thing about like the Oakland prison or something, like an Oakland prison, and they use like a big part of their workforce is robots, like legit. They use like droids and robots because they're like that's a real like food like distribution method.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they have like
People are losing their jobs flipping burgers because they
well,
get
like
robots
more
to do
distribution because like they have like this food and like they put it in like a thing and like it's just like a robot that just like rides around. Looks like a Star Wars droid, like like one of the super weird industrial looking ones.
Yeah.
that like make no sense.
Yeah.
Like they just like ride around and just like deliver the food and then they go and like charge for like 3 minutes and then go back out and like do the same thing. It's amazing.
There's
like,
pretty cool. There's one droid in Star Wars that's literally just a mobile trash can. Like, I don't think it's a trash can, like that's its purpose, but it looks exactly like a trash can.
I think it's the droid that looks like it's like a mouse and like it runs around on the Empire ship and you're like, what purpose do
You're
you
like,
serve?
what do you do?
Like, you're probably just, I don't know, you're just here.
Yeah.
They don't need you. And then it just like makes noise. It's just like
Blorp.
meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow.
And it's
like,
always
this is
going.
dumb.
It's always hastily going somewhere. Like it has something really important to do.
It's fast.
Yeah, it's really fast.
It is.
It is making haste.
And then just runs into a wall or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, my bad.
And it's like,
whoops.
it's just a droid.
I like that after R2 has like connected to the Death Star or whatever, like, and it like kind of fries the circuits, he like runs into a wall.
He's just
Like right after, he's like, "Oh fuck,
He's
I'm
like, "Oh,
so
shit."
fucked up."
yeah. It's
He's
just he
like-
got hammered. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
And he
he's
just like fell into a wall.
I am so high, guys.
He's like, you guys don't understand what that's like. It's like doing all the drugs at the same time. It's awesome. Hot take?
we find out that R2 is like addicted to the Death Star.
It's like PCP, heroin, like morphine, all of them just mixed together. And he's like doing it a lot.
How do you guys feel about the "I have a bad feeling about this" line in The Last Jedi?
I like throwbacks. I like the references.
This
So-
is actually a trick question, Zeke, and you fell right into my trap.
Oh no.
I was about to say
That
like I don't
wasn't- it
remember
wasn't
that
spoken.
line.
It was
Was it
never
really
spoken
not?
in the
Oh.
film.
Sounds
No.
like something that could be spoken in the,
It
in the
was.
film.
I mean, no, it's spoken in every single Star Wars movie
Except
for
that
this
one? Really?
But it is technically spoken by BB-8.
No
I
way.
knew that you would make that face. Yeah, literally, like in the beginning sequence of the movie, Poe Dameron is like, "All right, we only got one shot at this or whatever," and then BB-8's like, "I'm BB-8." That's what he says, and then Princess Leia's like, "For the record, I agree with the droid," and Poe's like, "All right, yeah, you're both dickheads. Shut the fuck up."
Fuck
And
you
like,
guys.
so apparently BB-8 was like, "I have a bad feeling about this," and it fits in context, but it's like dumb.
BB-8. So technically, I guess it is said, but not really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's written in the script, I guess, for what BB-8 says, and like, it's like still. You don't like this, Dav?
I don't.
I think it's silly.
Yeah,
It is
I think
silly.
that's a silly thing, and it's like, why would you not just have it? if you're gonna do it, at least have it on Poe's screen translate into "I have a bad feeling about this."
Yeah.
Scroll by like BB-8 said it, like, and it's translating it for him, and he's reading it. I would have loved that. That would have been great.
That would have made
the scene better
Yeah.
for me. I would have
Yeah.
been like, ooh, cool. That's a new, interesting way to do it. This one, it's just like, it's like Ryan Johnson forgot to do it, and he was like, fuck.
He saw an opening. He's like, oh shit, we forgot to do that. And they're like,
BB-8 says it at the beginning, and he's like, great.
yeah,
Stupid.
that guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's a terrible decision. I love that. All right, let's do it. Oh, God. Luke Skywalker's amazing in that movie.
So good.
He's pretty good, yeah.
Dav, just like,
It's like, yeah, he's alright.
fuck The Last Jedi.
I think they.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looks,
no, I
he
think
looks so cool.
he does look
Yeah,
so
he
cool. I
does
love
look
his
really
locks.
Oh,
His long locks.
I love
of hair.
the locks, and then like I love the non-locks. When he
Yeah.
has the shorter hair and the gray is out of his beard, and he's just like holding a lightsaber, looking mean. And I'm just like, oh man,
Immediately
This is so
flashed me back to
cool.
when he was chugging that milk, like just eyeing Ray.
this is such a cool. Wow, I whipped my headphones off. That was amazing.
Yeah, it
he went
was.
hard, man.
Yeah, he just
Yeah, he
That
just
wince.
looks Ray in the eyes. She's like, "What is going on?" I
yeah.
thought
she's-
this was a legend.
I think that The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars film in terms of lactation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It contains the best lactation by far of
By
any
far,
Star Wars film.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because it's the only Star Wars film that contains lactation.
No way.
That was so loud.
That was good.
Did you guys hear that? Was
yeah,
that
that
a
was-
legit sound effect?
that was cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
badass.
That was
right
really
on.
dope. Yeah, people are gonna think I added that in. But
I didn't. Nope. That was my throat.
100% Zeke. That was 100% Zebo Judd. Can you tell me a second about Zebo Judd? Is that like your alter ego?
That's my moniker. No, I'm kidding. I was like, I don't know. I was just like messing around one day, and I was like, I'll do this thing where I'll make myself laugh, like just by saying ridiculous things. And so I said that in reference to myself, and it made me laugh really hard. And I was like, I'm gonna call myself that because it's funny.
Zebo Judd. I recently, I have a tweet recently by you that I retweeted. You may know it. It's a
I
very
hope so.
funny tweet.
I wrote it.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm the worst person.
It's this tweet, and it made me laugh. It's captioned, "If you know, you know."
Oh yeah, yep. That is a
Zeke.
shout out to my earlier work.
Yes, Zebo Judd. Zebo Judd used to post. Are they still on your Instagram?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna scroll through and show you just how creative this man was.
See, I was on Instagram and I was just like basically just messing around, posting funny pictures that I thought were like stupid and funny, and I guess
Succeeded.
people really took to them.
They were quite humorous. It got me really good. You would, God, fuck! I accidentally clicked off of you. Damn it! I'll show you, Dav. These are so. Whoa, dude! I have this exact same shirt.
Which one? Yeah, it's an awesome shirt.
I have it like in my closet. That's
If any
wild.
if any listeners would like to view my Instagram at Zeke_J, a little self plug there.
just shit like this.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
There's one.
So-
There's one involving a certain samurai sword. That's
That one was
fantastic.
very popular.
It's just
People liked this.
Jesus. It's just like shocking that you did this.
It was jarring, but
It was quite. Is the samurai sword one of the first or last ones?
it's the last one. I think
Okay.
it was my magnum opus.
Yeah, I think you made it and you were like, I'll never do better than this. And so
Pretty
you
much,
just
I mean,
left it.
I left
Oh
the
my
glasses
god!
behind.
Oh, this isn't the glasses. You don't have the glasses on in it, but it's still amazing.
Oh my god. Yo, that
It
sword
was-
is badass.
It was a bold creative choice. No,
It's-
I'm just kidding. It was literally I was just like saw it in my friend's room and I was like, if I took this and I like took a picture without my shirt on, it'd be pretty funny. I thought
It would.
It was. Oh shit. No.
It would. Alex, I'm reading a text from Alex right now that said she's sorry she couldn't be more personable to you guys.
No.
Oh
Like,
no.
I know that you
I don't
guys
take it
don't
personally
care
at all.
because you could see that she was fucking busy.
So busy.
Yeah.
She had
Shout
like
out
a
to
lot
Alex.
of tables. That's like not even as busy as she can get though. She's very good at her job.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
She had, like-
crazy.
she had those 4 tables, every bar guest. She's a badass.
Yeah, she looked pretty attentive too. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give her a tip.
Thank you. That sounded phallic.
But, yeah, that was just a sincere thing, and it sounded weird.
That's just because we're so fucked up and like, oh god, our generation just like overall, man, like millennials and like,
Yeah,
Honestly, sorry, just had that little,
just a little roast.
yeah, I was about to say roast too. No, it's fine.
It's divisive.
Very
You're
divisive.
basically just shitting on Hunter when you say that.
Oh shit, I can't say it again. I was gonna say honestly. yeah, but-
Honestly, like visually stunning. That's what he says.
that was perfect. Actually,
Thank you. That's what he really says.
yeah,
That's like actually words that he said. I mean,
Yeah.
like things are visually stunning,
right.
but am I stunned visually?
I think the only
Really?
movie that I can literally always quote as visually stunning is The Life of Pi.
Oh, The Life of Pi is visually stunning.
It is visually stunning as hell.
It is. You know what film is visually stunning for me? The Shape of Water. Not really.
Oh wow!
Nothing in that film I was like, wow, I can never see this ever again.
Listening
'Cause
to
I'm
this, Colin's like, yes, it is visually stunning.
No, but now he's going back on it. He's like, no, it's the best movie I've ever seen. Just you know what? The filmography, it's a beautifully made film. It's beautiful. But you
I
know
agree.
what? I've seen the creature before. You ever heard of a little film called Hellboy?
Hellboy 2 as well.
The Golden Army?
I actually liked that movie. Hot take.
It was pretty good.
It's his best since Pan's Labyrinth. If you
That is one hot take, my friend.
Hottest take of the day.
We've had a few hot takes on this app. I will tell you that, and that
We've had
is
a
one
few-
of them.
We've had a few takes that we deemed hot. Well, we said them to avoid being like one of us being like, "Oh, fuck off!" Like,
Yeah.
But I think that if you consider Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy 2: The Golden Army his only films, technically yes, it is his best film
Yeah.
since Pan's
Mhm.
Labyrinth. Given that in that world it would be his only film since Pan's Labyrinth. I think that you know a Guillermo Del Toro film that catches a lot of heat that I like? Pacific Rim.
Really?
I like Pacific Rim a lot
That's surprising.
because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's just dumb.
It's
Charlie
pretty fun.
Day is
Yeah.
in it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
It is a fun
I'm
movie.
excited to see how John Boyega does in the second one.
The second one looks terrible.
I
Looks
think
awful.
It'll be better than the first one, but that's not saying much.
You know what? I think the first one is so dumb in some parts. I'm like, there's no way this wasn't on purpose. Like, this had to be on purpose. You can't make this movie. That's
Like
it's
which
not
part?
real.
Which just like name
Like the
the
part
one.
where like I don't know. The one that always gets brought up is like this just a dumb moment where like the mecha armor like flies through a building, destroys a building, and then hits a pair of Newton balls and like starts
Oh
them
my
in motion.
God.
It's like
Come
no,
on.
Yeah, I
guys,
was like,
yeah. That's the moment that like I think like Honest Trailers ripped it apart and they were like, that's so fucking stupid because it is. But like, I think that it's just like a stupid premise and
Absolutely.
it's like, but like also the action's great in it and like
Mhm.
that is solely because of Del Toro. Like, it is great because of him and what he did for it and like what he added to it. This new one, like the trailers, it just looks like a video game.
Yeah, it does.
Whereas like the first one didn't look like a video; it looked like a movie. Like a movie.
Like a movie.
And like this one just looks like cutscenes from a terrible
Video.
Wii U game.
Yeah.
It looks-
You know what I actually agreed with that you and Colin were talking about on the podcast?
Yeah.
I'm not particularly excited for Ready Player One.
I'm not either.
There's too many
Just to join
Easter
in on
eggs.
that.
Basically,
Too many Easter eggs.
Yeah, no, it's just sensory overload for me. And I don't know.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
I talked about it. We've talked about it so much that like I feel like We Bought a Mic fucking hates our opinion on Ready Player One.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do hate
They
it
for sure.
But like the only grounds for being excited for it is because it's like oh, like I read the book and it's great. I
Mhm.
believe
Didn't
it.
know there was a book.
There's a book.
I'm ignorant.
Did you know that Harry Potter has a book too? Harry Potter
Oh my
has a book.
gosh.
Yeah,
Really?
that's
What?
wild.
What?
Yeah. Hot
Wow.
take: each Harry Potter film is better than the last. It's like one of those where I feel like Deathly Hallows Part 2 is probably the best one.
I think
I love it so
the
much.
only one that might take the cake for me other than Deathly Hallows Part 2 would be The Prisoner of Azkaban.
I was gonna say that too.
That's directed by Alfonso Cuarón?
Really?
Yeah.
That's badass.
I think he directed it. Hold on.
Dude, what's that actor's name who plays Gordon in the actual Batman trilogy?
Gary
Gary Oldman. Yeah, he's in it and plays Sirius Black, and he's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
He delivers an incredible... I love paying attention to, like, crazy performances where people play, like, people that are crazy, and he delivers an amazing one in that.
He does. Movie. And then, like, the twist of, like, especially, like, in the book, but, like, the movie, too, it really does the twist well. Like, oh, he's actually a good guy. Like,
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, and, like, he's just been so twisted and, like, but he's still a good dude, like, underneath.
Yeah, and you see that in later films.
You do. And then, like, boy... his death scene in Order of the Phoenix.
It's so sad.
It is a sad scene for
I
multiple
hate
reasons.
Lestrange.
Dude, me too. But like the scene, like him and Harry are fighting, and he calls Harry by Harry's dad's name, like in the midst of their battle. He's like, "Nice one, James." Like he's having a good time, and like he's just reminiscing on like when he was friends with his dad. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucking heartfelt. Tear. Yeah, like that is just so good. And
then Bellatrix kills him.
Well, he like falls through that fucking death portal.
Yeah, he does.
And then he just like looks at Harry and he's just like I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then dies. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Just
it's little known fact about
well,
I guess it may not be little known, but like Lupin and those other three guys that made the Marauders map, Padfoot, Prongs, Mooney, and I'm forgetting one. Oh, Wormtail. Wormtail. Yeah, that's Peter Pettigrew. They all learned how to turn into animals and animate, how to become I cannot speak. How to become an animagus for Lupin because he like was a werewolf.
Yeah, because they're like the best of friends. And they're like, dude, like we'll just be animals.
It's incredibly hard as a wizard to do that, and they all just did it. And Harry's dad turned into a stag. A stag with horns. It's so cool.
And he fucked bitches, that's right.
Sure did. See? But yeah, that's awesome that he turned into a stag.
It is.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
It is. And then
Peter Pettigrew turned into a fucking rat. He turned into a rat. Like, he can't be a good character. He's a rat. He's an actual rat. Like, there's just no way you can be a good character.
You know, I haven't thought of that. He chose that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing he did.
What I think may be the thing is that he was, like, weak in that, like, faculty of magic, and he may just that may have been all he could muster.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. What was everybody's? Sirius Black was a dog.
He was a dog, a big black dog.
Yeah,
which is really cool looking.
It is.
James was a stag, and then Peter Pettigrew was a rat, and then Lupin was, of course, that really horrifying looking werewolf.
Yeah,
it's like devoid of fur and like so gross looking.
Could you imagine like them being like, yeah, like we can change whenever we want or whatever, and then like. Lupin's like, yeah, but like that's not the same thing as what I did.
Lupin's like, yeah, that's super different, guys.
Yeah,
it really sucks being this.
Yeah, and they're like, but like now we can hang out with you in animal form. He's like, you realize like it's not me. Like,
and also you're a rat.
Yeah.
So no, we can't hang out.
Yeah, no, like I'll probably end up just turning rabid and chasing you.
Yeah, not only is like Sirius is like, I guess he's a dog, so they could maybe hang out, but like James is a stag, so that's like literally a prey for a werewolf.
Yeah, and then a rat, like they can't even see you.
They can't even see you.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
another
like James would step on you in stag form and then kill you.
That's so sick though that they could turn into animals. That's so dope. another animagus in the Harry Potter films is Professor McGonagall.
Is she? She's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild that you can just do that if you want. You're like, I'll just take a class to become an animagus.
Yeah.
It's like driver's ed. It's animagus.
It's apparently super difficult though. But they literally those three guys were like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So here we go.
I mean, it's about passing the bar probably.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, I'm gonna pass the bar, and then they do it. My friend Cody's dad is like, I don't know what he did for life or like for his major or whatever, but he's technically, I think, with the bar association, he's a bar attorney. He just didn't go to school, but like he passed the bar.
Dude,
like he studied for it a little bit, and then he just passed it. Yeah, people work very hard.
Yeah. People dedicated 4 years to passing the bar, and he was like, "I'm gonna take it,"
and then
passed.
Yeah, and then did it, and I was like, "What does he use it for?" And he was like, "Absolutely nothing.
Fun.
Does not use it. Does not use it at all."
That guy's
it's like an 8-hour
probably
test.
Awesome.
Yeah, probably is awesome. Cody's an awesome guy. Cody's a really cool guy. Cody's actually the music manager for FPP.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. FPP is
Cody.
branching out, so if you want to join on,
Let me get in on that.
let me absolutely, sir. This is how I make offers.
Yeah.
FPP.
That's all it takes.
just
All I
like-
have to do is say yes.
Yes.
Because it looks like FPP's got a lot of lawbreakers on the house tonight. And on that note, I'll be leaving. Goodbye. I'm the worst person ever.
Jeez. Well, anyway, where can we find you guys? On the
Dav?
social media.
You can find me at Honestly Dav on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube.
That's so
And
sick.
That's yeah.
That you got all of them like to be the same thing.
Right.
I wish I had that so bad. I guess I'll go. My Twitter is at Zebo_J. My Instagram, where that picture of me shirtlessly holding a samurai sword is at Zeke_J. And I don't have a YouTube presence, although I wish I did, because YouTube is sick. It's an awesome platform. But
It is
if you
sick.
would like to see my tweets or my pictures, go ahead.
Sweet. And I guess I'll go last. I meant to go first, but I guess I'm the finale. You can find me at
I stared Jacob down in anticipation for his delivery.
You can find me at Instagram and Twitter at Jacob's Wetsuit, all one word. You can find me on Snapchat at Jacob_Snyder. SNYD. If you're listening to this podcast, you know how to spell my last name. You can also find me at YouTube. I'm at FPP Creative. That's the basic YouTube name. So, yes.
Where's the chapstick?
What is this? What is this? What?
I'm just delirious right now.
Oh,
and I remember
wow.
that Vine where that woman's like, where's the chapstick?
I don't know what
You've
Vine
never...
you're talking-
Actually, it's
No.
a video. It's a YouTube video. You guys have to know what I'm talking about.
I feel like I've seen it.
I mean, I've probably seen it, but like, I've been watching a lot of Vine compilations lately.
Dude.
Hot take, they're all the same.
Yeah, like they're all the same.
They're all the same thing because like everyone likes the same Vines, so like they're all just they're all the one kid, and he's like two guys chilling in a hot tub 6 feet apart because we're not gay, and then
Yeah.
like the next one is like the kid who's turned around and she's like, what? You
Oh,
what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
And then it's like the next one is the guy who's like, he's like, Jared, can you read this? Pass it for me. He's like, no, I cannot. Hi, my name's Jared. I'm 15. I never fucking learned how to read.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah.
the same vines in
Mhm.
each compilation, and I'm
Mhm.
like, this is the same thing
I
over
miss
and over and
Vine.
over
I
again.
miss Vine so much.
I miss it too. Vine 2 coming back.
Do we have a release date?
Do they?
Do they? I was asking.
Oh. Well, fuck you for getting me hype. The release date is 2018. So,
Oh. That's
how many days
now.
have passed in 2018? What's today's date?
15?
It's the 15th.
yeah.
It's the 15th, yeah.
Okay, well, what's 365 minus 15? It's about 340.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's 1 in 340 chance that it's tomorrow, and there is that exact
Probability.
probability or percentage ratio.
I like those
Um,
odds.
Never tell the odds.
God, Star Wars is so good.
Right.
It's just
Hot
so
take.
good.
Just
Yeah,
Hot take.
A little hot take. Yeah, Star Wars is good.
Hot take.
Star Wars is a great movie. Hot take.
The hottest of takes, some would say.
It's too
Was
hot
that
to
the
touch.
sizzle?
Yeah, it was.
That's good stuff. I liked it.
Thanks. Jacob,
Yes.
do you mind if I eat one of these?
Yeah, go for it. I don't
I've
care.
been waiting
I'm
so
not gonna
long
eat
to
'em.
ask you that.
I'm not gonna eat them. Yeah, sure. Some Lindor truffles. This podcast is also brought to you by Lindor truffles. Eat your way to heaven.
We've
Oh,
got
shit.
the meats. This
Is that an Arby's
Yes, sir.
reference? You know, I passed an Arby's today and it said closed for remodeling, and the outside of it looked horrendous. And I looked to Alex as a joke, and I was like, "You're eating this so
sorry.
loud." Oh my god!
sorry.
That is so obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
Keep doing it, dude. No, keep on, keep it on.
Yeah, I'm not.
That was amazing. I just find it amazing how well the mic was picking that up.
Should I eat another one?
Yeah,
Okay.
do it.
I'm so excited to
I'm
hear
down.
it now.
Yeah. Just can we just let this happen? Anyway, I looked at Alex and I was like, that Arby's, look, it's just a regular old Arby's and it looks so bad on the outside. It's hard to eat. That was good. Gulp it down. Gulp it down.
Oh my god.
This makes me want to do like an April Fool's episode of just us eating food silently for like 2 hours.
Oh my, I'm down.
And at the end, just being like, yeah, I think I'm full. And then being like, okay, see you guys. And then, and then that's it. Like, we just have a nice meal together and just don't speak. That was episode 69 of the Snyder-Collin Podcast.
Take it easy. And then we name it something like
Hottest take of the year.
like a real title that we might name something like, I don't know, Beauty and the Beast 2017.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's
It's that all day long. Yep.
Where's the chapstick? We're literally just crazy at this point.
We're so delirious. This has been going on for so long.
Oh, it has.
All right.
That's
Well,
fine.
we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for listening, guys. Honestly, have a good one. I don't know.
Have a good semester, you
You
know?
don't,
Yeah.
you don't have an outro, dude?
We don't really have an outro, no. We just say bye. Colin says adios, and then I cut it. That's it.
That's
Ciao.
Yep.
Because I'm pretentious. I'm just kidding. Bye, everybody.
Everyone that's on this podcast says pretentious so much. Like,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
Colin kind of got me into saying it because I realized, like, wow,
It's just kind of fun
Yeah.
to call things pretentious.
it is.
Fresh Market's a little bit pretentious.
It
Oh,
is,
yeah,
because
for
you're
sure.
like, you're like, are you a fresh market?
A lot of wood paneling going on.
There's a lot of bamboo styled furniture, and you're
Absolutely.
like, that's not real bamboo, probably.
it's very
They have
dark
They have
in
fine
there.
chocolates and
It is.
cheeses.
It is dark in there. It's very moody.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, am I like,
Oh, am I in a
where
bodega?
the fuck am I right now?
Am I in the Amazon rainforest right now?
There's all these fine cheeses.
You're right. You're right, dude. I didn't know who made that noise for a second because I was looking at Zeke expecting a noise, and then I heard that, and I was like, oh, that didn't come from Zeke. And I looked at you, and I was like, that probably didn't come from... Did I make that noise?
Oh, shit. Actually,
Doesn't that sound like a dog?
It does.
yes.
Is there a dog on the other line?
Woof.
Woof. All right, everybody, we're gonna head out. So, you guys have a great one. Thanks for listening. Adios.
Peace.